Welcome in, everybody. It's time. It's time for the 2022 Stanley Cup playoffs. I'm Jeremy Case. Welcome in. I'm with the Case by Case Sports Show here, and also brand new on the MHRT Network. Here we are broadcasting Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals, ladies and gentlemen. Before they hoist up Lord Stanley's Cup. Big question on everybody's mind is, can the Avalanche do it? Obviously, on one side, you got Andrei Vasilevsky, and one of the best goalies in the entire world for the Tampa Bay Lightning. But you also have some of the best forwards and some of the best defensemen for the Colorado Avalanche as well. Two of those best forwards all being out, Andrew Cogliano and Nazem Kadri. No word if they're going to play tonight. Still from the coach. We still have yet to find that out, but we will bring you updates as we get it shortly here. I'm going to do live play-by-play to the best of my abilities with my feed, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, I got that there. Thank you. I switched XLR cables, and it doesn't look like it's making too much of a difference. So tonight begins the Stanley Cup playoffs, everybody. This is it. This is the Holy Grail. This is what the Avalanche have been working toward all season long. The Lightning, back-to-back defending Stanley Cup champions. They look to make it 3 for the first time in 40 years. Nobody since the 1980 through 1984 New York Islanders have won 3 Stanley Cups in a row in the NHL. The Avalanche look to win their first Stanley Cup in 21 years, as in 2001 they raised it, along with Joe Sakic, Peter Forsberg not there, but Ray Bourque, Rob Blake, and many more, Patrick Waugh and company, raising that cup for the city of Denver there in 21 years ago. This is going to be a historical Stanley Cup final, in my opinion. This one will be talked about for many, many years to go. And my personal prediction, I think it's going to go at least 6 games, if not 7. If not 7. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get into the action very, 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 very soon. Thank you guys for joining me. Brand new here on MHRT. But look forward, as next year I will be doing all of the Broncos play-by-play and the Avalanche play-by-play for most of the season. I'm probably not going to have the time to do every game. The Lightning, obviously, we heard John Cooper earlier yesterday and today. They will get Braden Point back tonight. That is a huge, huge gain for the Tampa Bay Lightning. He was coming off an injury for the Lightning there, so they look to have him back. Avalanche hoping to stay the course here and just do what they've been doing all playoffs long. All playoffs long. They hope to do what they've been doing. So it's going to be very interesting. Game 1, Denver, Colorado, Ball Arena. That's where it's going to be. I'm in Portland, Oregon, doing the play-by-play. But nonetheless, Game 1 will be in Denver, Colorado. Thank you very much, everybody. I see a couple of likes. Let's see here what we got here. Randy Vieira, thank you for the like. Thank you guys so much for the likes and, I guess, loves. I don't know how it goes. But obviously, 2 turning points for 2 different teams here. The Avalanche swept 2 teams in the process to get here to the Stanley Cup Finals, sweeping both the Nashville Predators and the Edmonton Oilers. The Lightning took it to the brink in the first round, 7 games by the Toronto Maple Leafs, but easily. What's going on, Chevy? Thank you very much. All is well, man. Hey, Chevy, I got some news for you, man. I'm going to be doing Broncos play-by-play this season. So I'll be doing that again if you want to tune in all season long. Avatar, thank you. That's right. And Sakic, we trust. Thank you so much, Avatar, for showing up. We appreciate it. That's right. So the Lightning taken to the brink of 7 games in the first round by the Toronto Maple Leafs, got past them. Then took it, I believe, to 6 games with the Florida Panthers, got past them as well, and took it to 6 games with the New York Rangers in the Eastern Conference Finals, ultimately going past them after going down 2-0 in the first series there. Couple of key players to look out for the Lightning tonight. Obviously, Steven Stamkos, Nikita Kucherov, and the obvious Andrei Vasilevsky for the Lightning. The Avalanche, this is their proving time, especially for the young guys. Bowen Byram stepping up. They swept the Panthers. Thank you, Avatar. I wasn't really paying attention to the Eastern Conference side of things. I was more so focused on the Avalanche. So they swept the Panthers in 4 games. Awesome. But for the Avalanche, this is a proving ground for most of the young guys on this team. Bowen Byram, Alexander Newhook, Cale Makar, all coming into what is unprecedented form, really, in the form of these, rookie to third-year players. That you usually typically don't see players progress this well in these types of settings in the NHL, but they are flourishing and far beyond exceeding anybody's expectations that anybody had for these players coming out of college and out of the minor leagues. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take a short, brief break. When we come back, I have a special presentation for you. Oh, don't forget, in the intermissions as well, we will have Bronco Bill joining us for breakdowns in between the intermissions, as well as a post-game tonight. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals is coming up next, right here on the MHRT Network.
Make sure your actions today and every day are on par with the goals and dreams you have. We know what the goal is. If it isn't your goal, there's the doors.
Find a way. It's been the motto for the Colorado Avalanche since the Stanley Cup playoffs started. Now the Avalanche have found their way to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Move to work and I'm out of here. Murder the tune, it's a body here. Reviving the beat, then it's right back to sleeping. I use a technique that then got me here.
Up against the two-time back-to-back defending Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning, the Avs will now have to find their way 4 more times in order to hoist Lord Stanley's Cup and secure their place in immortality.
While in the jungle, they want me tame. Keep them alive but without a brain. They want me broke with a lot of pain. Smiling but he in a lot of pain. Till he tap out like a lot of names. You gotta give me what's owed. Taking control. No, this is not a game. No. Move to work and I'm out of here. Murder the tune, it's a body here. Reviving the beat, then it's right back to sleeping. I use a technique that then got me here. Whoa. I give it all that I got. I give it all that I got. I give it all that I got. Take a quick glance at the watch. Checking the time on the clock. Get up and start taking my shot. I give it, I give it, I give it, I give it. Look in my eyes. You see the passion inside. Can't be denied. I got a lot on the line. Fish with a different approach. Only spend time in the boat. I'm out here doing the most. Give me the net with the rope. Move the work and I'm out of here. Murder the tune, it's a body here. Reviving the beat and it's right
This is where the road comes to an end. This is everything the Avs have been working toward. This is the Stanley Cup Finals.
I give it all that I got.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Stanley Cup Finals. We are here. We're certainly ready. Thank you guys for joining in. I appreciate it. Let me make a quick adjustment here. There we go. We are ready. They've been brought into the action here at Ball Arena. It is packed. It is hype. We are ready to go. About 10 minutes and 40 seconds away, we will have Stanley Cup action here for you guys. If you're new here, please make yourselves known down in the chat where you're watching from, how you're listening. I love some interaction. We see Avatar here, Chevy James. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you like what you hear, ladies and gentlemen, please be sure to leave MHRT and myself a subscribe or a like. It really helps grow the page here on both of our channels and everything. We're all trying to grow a brand here, and we appreciate you guys helping that along the way with a subscribe or a like. Great content on MHRT Network as well. We're getting ready here. 12 minutes, 26 seconds away. This is insane. Broncos breakdown. There's Broncos Bill. I have nervous energy. I do too, man. I think everybody's feeling it. I think this is like some serious competition. This reminds me of 2001 all over again, if we're being completely honest here. I mean, you know, the New Jersey Devils back then were a very, very good team. You know, with Scott Gomez and Scotty Stevens and Martin Brodeur at the helm of goal for the New Jersey Devils. It's almost mirroring, but we also had a good counter goalie in Patrick Waugh. Darcy Kemper has got to play elite. He's got to play elite tonight. He's got to play elite this whole series for the Avs to win the Stanley Cup. If he plays anything less than that, the Avs are in some serious, serious trouble. Not only that, I mean, you look too, you know, the Avalanche got to learn to score ugly goals. You know, Andrei Vasilevsky is not going to give up any, any easy or soft goals. He's not going to do that. The Avalanche either need to get him up out of the crease as much as they can, or they need to get really, really dirty and down there and rough him up a little bit to clear a space. Going back and watching the tape here, I did watch the journey to the Stanley Cup series on ESPN Plus. One thing I noticed about Vasilevsky is that if you can get him sliding in the crease You know, and it's a good slide. It's a variable slide, but if you can get him sliding in the crease really good from side to side and catch him off every once in a while, that's when he tends to leave a wide open net. Or if you get him to come out more, that's when you can get it up and over him. I mean, 23 times this entire playoffs, Andrei Vasilevskiy has given up goals top shelf blocker side. He has. He's given up goals in other areas, but not as many. That seems to be his biggest weak point. And I look for the Avs to exploit that very, very early on. And now, obviously, for the Avalanche as well, for the key for them, you cannot let the Tampa Bay Lightning get on the power play. The Tampa Bay Lightning have been excruciatingly amazing on the power play, converting on almost all their chances. Just about on all their chances. They really have yet to really give up to go, to go 0-4 on the power play this entire playoffs. They've been absolutely amazing. So with that being said, though, I do believe the Avalanche have what it takes to counter and make a really good opponent. I mean, the Tampa Bay Lightning this year were 8th on the power play overall. Avalanche 2nd as well. But the Tampa Bay Lightning have the better penalty kill. They have the better penalty kill there. So now the Avalanche are taking the ice for the lineups here. Or for the warm-ups, excuse me, not the lineups, the warm-ups. The warm-ups. Hello, Key in the building. Thank you. Sorry, Jeremy, I would have started Pavel because he had a hot hand. I know it's our number one, but he has won the last 4 games. I would have given him the opening start. The problem I have with that Broncos breakdown is that the hot hand was starting to dwell towards the end of that Edmonton series. That was the biggest problem with it. It started to dwindle, and you have a fully healthy Darcy Kemper. Why not start him? Why not start him? See what Avatar had to say. Kemper is a starter, and you can't take him out just because he got hurt. Absolutely. I mean, after all, Darcy Kemper was the majority of the main reason why the Avalanche are here in the first place. To be quite honest, he did a pretty stellar job in the regular season for the Avalanche. But it scares me. Good point, Avatar. Absolutely. But it scares me now. I mean, we're going to look at a comparison here. The goalies, Andrei Vasilevskiy with a .928 save percentage. Darcy Kemper, 8.97. To Bill's point, Pavel Francouz has a .906 save percentage. I don't know. I don't know. It's tough to really gauge that there and really make a stern judgment based off of that. It's really tough to. One story that nobody's really talking about in the Stanley Cup Finals, though, which I find interesting, is Cal Foote on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Cal Foote, obviously the son of legendary Colorado Avalanche defenseman Adam Foote. He's playing on the Lightning against his dad's former team, possibly trying to create a legacy of his own. I don't know if he has the 2 rings with you. I know he at least has 1 ring. I don't know if he has both rings that the Avalanche have had. Key in the building says, go Colorado. Thank you, Key, so much. I don't know if he has both the rings with Tampa Bay, but I'm pretty sure he has 1. But yeah, trying to cement his legacy and step out of the shadow of his dad. It's interesting because he is wearing the number 52, just like his father did, Adam Foote, which is hanging in the rafters in Ball Arena, who was in the 2-game sweep we had this season against the Lightning. If it was Kemper, then okay. I want to say it was probably Kemper. I don't know. I wasn't really tuned in there. But yeah, I mean, let's look at the last 5 games for the Lightning. Some standout players: Nikita Kucherov with 8 points, Cale Makar 9 points in his last 5 games. 9 points in his last 5 games. I'll repeat that one more time and say it louder for the people in the back. Cale Makar, 9 points in his last 5 games. That is crazy. It was Kemper. Avatar says it was Kemper. Steven Stamkos with 4 goals in his last 5 games. JT Compher. Here's a guy who really has stepped it up this playoffs and has really meant a lot to this Colorado Avalanche team. JT Compher, 5 goals in his last 5 games. He scored 1 goal a game in his last 5. In his last 5. It's amazing. Cale Makar, also the assist leader, 7 assists in his last 5 games. That leaves 2 goals for 9 total points. Avatar, okay, then you're right. Kemper should be in net. We're going to see. We're going to see if Darcy Kemper is completely 100% or not. You know, because don't think for a second that Tampa Bay hasn't studied some of that early Edmonton series where Darcy pulled himself out due to an issue. So that's going to be something to look forward to as well. Lots and lots of stories. It's the defending champions versus the number 1 contender, the Stanley Cup. This is crazy. I can't wait for it. We're finally getting around to it. Avalanche being introduced on the ice, and so are the Tampa Bay Lightning as we get ready for the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner, which will ultimately then lead to face-off, ladies and gentlemen. Ultimately will lead to face-off. This is going to be great. This is going to be great. Thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you so much. We're getting ready here now. It's been a long build-up. It's been, I think my last broadcast was 12, 13 days ago, almost 2 weeks. The Avalanche have had off here in the Stanley Cup playoffs. So we're going to see on who plays and who doesn't. First line's out for both teams here as they're being introduced. Just waiting for the warm-ups to commence, or the introductions to commence here. And then the national anthem, and then we will start. I just hope that there isn't any long rust on the Avalanche. If that's the case, we are in trouble. There might be. Very much like the Lightning in last series, there might be some rust on the Colorado Avalanche. The Lightning, in between rounds 2 and 3, I believe had 11 days off. And as a result of it, they went down 2-0 to the New York Rangers early on in the Eastern Conference Final. I just confirmed that it was Kemper and net for both games, even though game 1 went to a shootout. And I'm taking an Avatar that was 1 home game, 1 road game. Is that correct? I want to make sure with that Avatar. I want to make sure with that. I want to make sure of that. Star-Spangled Banner being sang now. I mean, this is the first time I've seen Ball Arena packed in 21 years. The energy is nuts. It's insane. They got the colored bracelets on. It's all red, white, and blue in certain sections, which is really cool. I love this whole production. It's big. It's big. It's huge. It's massive. We're about to find out, ladies and gentlemen, who will be the 2022 Stanley Cup champions. This is nuts. This is insane. Waiting for... I, along with the other Avalanche fans, have been waiting for this a long time. Correct, Avatar. Okay. Yeah, because I think the NHL also has the rule, much like the National Basketball Association does, where you play 1 game home, 1 game away for every team at least 1 time, and then your divisional opponents you play multiple times. If I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure about that. Yeah, Darcy Kemper in net. He is. Darcy Kemper, never been to a Stanley Cup Finals before. This is his first. This is his first ever in his entire career. Shootout was Tampa Bay and regulation was at home. So the Avalanche, though, in a surprising statistic, are 1-0 in the state of Florida winning Stanley Cup. So, I don't know, another Florida team. We're set to find out here, everybody. National anthem is over. Teams commencing to center ice. We're getting ready. House lights are on. Pom-poms in the air. I'm going to bring up our scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen. And we are going to have Stanley Cup playoff hockey. Lightning in their white roads with the blue trim. Avalanche in their home burgundy and blue trim uniforms with Stanley Cup patches on them. Here we go. Both teams at center ice here. Puck down now, and the Avalanche will come up with it now. And it'll be turned over immediately over to the Lightning as they dump it into the Avalanche zone. Now being brought along. Here, being worked along, given up to Nathan MacKinnon over the blue line into the zone. MacKinnon gets blocked off here and turned around over by the Lightning as Killhorn gets it up the ice. Killhorn make it through the neutral zone over the blue line to the Avalanche zone, but it'll be whistled for an offside. John Cooper, Jared Bednar, respective head coaches for both teams here. As we're ready, we'll go 1936 here. As we're ready, here 1936, faceoff will be to the nearest faceoff dot towards the penalty boxes. Puck down to the Avalanche have it now. Byron will kick it over to Makar as Makar dumps it along the neutral zone into the Lightning zone. It'll be whistled. It'll be a whistle here, and I'm not entirely sure what it is. Maybe an offside. Yeah, it is Darcy's first Stanley Cup series. Now, I believe we're going to have a face-off. Line changes here for both teams. Here we go, center ice face-off here. Stamkos and MacKinnon now puck down, and the Lightning will take it. Now work it over into the Avalanche zone along the boards, but it'll be whistled again for icing. Slow start. 1924 left here in the first period. Bednar's first Stanley Cup. Absolutely. 1924, I'll run the clock when it gets in sync. Face-off coming to the left face-off circle near the Lightning bench here. Puck down now, and the Lightning have it here as they will try to clear it up out of their zone, and they do, being worked on here to Victor Hedman as he clears it over the blue line. Now we'll leave it alone for Kucherov. It'll wrap around. It'll try to be intercepted, but it'll go over the blue line, and the Avalanche will take it and dump it out into the Lightning zone. Victor Hedman with it now. We'll get it back up and move it along, and it'll be intercepted by Andrei Burakovsky. Burakovsky out to Taves. He'll dump it into the Lightning zone and around. Vasilevsky will be there to cut it off. Now being worked around the boards, and now Taves trying to keep it in and will do so. Trying to be kept in as it goes over the blue line and out of the Lightning zone. JT Compher will give chase back to it to get it back through the Avalanche zone. Now Andrei Burakovsky, as he circles back over the net, will dump it in over the line into the Lightning zone. JT Compher and Mikko Rantanen giving chase to it, being rattled around on the boards here. Now being free for Colton. Now we'll get it up to Braden Point as it's knocked away, being intercepted by Mikko Rantanen over the blue line into the zone with a shot saved by Vasilevsky. Rantanen tried to go backhand on it up over to Vasilevsky. Really good turnover there by the Colorado Avalanche. Rantanen tried to go up. He tried to go up on it, backhanded there. Excuse me if I'm a little bit slow, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long time since I've called some hockey. Face-off will be to the left face-off circle here, nearest to the Lightning net here. It'll be Darren Helm taking the face-off here. Here we go now. Puck down, and the Avalanche will have it now. Bowen Byram with it over on the blue line with a shot way up high as it misses up over the net. Rattling around on the right side. Erik Johnson will pick it up. Get it out to Lehkonen with a shot, and it won't even make it into the net. Darren Helm working it back around the net. We'll go over to the side of the boards here. Here's Erik Johnson with a shot. Tipped out in front and deflected wide right off the net. Now being battled for it in here is now Logan O'Connor and Erik Johnson with it in the corner with 3 Lightning on them as Helm intercepts it with a shot and save covered up by Vasilevsky. A little bit of pushing and shoving in front of the net here, but the Avalanche getting out to a hot start. It seems to be a slower game here. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because the Avalanche have had some rest, but both teams seem to be playing really slow. It seems that way to me. I don't know. It seems that way. Nice bump off by Darren Helm, though, to get out, to bump the Lightning off the puck and get out to it in front of the net. Face off to the right face-off circle near the Lightning net. Puck down in the Tampa Bay Lightning will have it and try to clear it up out of the zone. It'll be trying to be kept in. Now cleared out through the neutral zone. And it'll go over the blue line as Andre Burakovsky will pick it up. We'll get it over to Jack Johnson as he tries to bring it up through the neutral zone. It'll not be touched except for Andre Vasilevsky. Try to play it over to the left side, and the Lightning will bring it up now through the neutral zone. Over the blue line here is Hall. Now with a shot, but it went wide of Kemper. Now being kept in here by the Lightning, still back behind the net. Now being around. Now with a slap shot from the blue line, saved by Kemper. Shoving out in front of the net here. Again, with Manson and Paul. That'll be their first shot here. 3-1 shots for the Lightning and Avalanche. Face-off now will come to the right face-off circle near the Avalanche net. Looks here it'll be like New Hook. Going for against Pierre Bellemare. Puck down now. The Lightning will come up with it, being struggled and bounced around. Will ultimately come up with by Nico Sturm. Nico Sturm over the blue line, and it'll be broken up and poked away, and now being worked along by the Lightning into the Avalanche zone. Bowen Byram giving chase to it. We'll kick it out back here for Sturm. Sturm coming through the neutral zone. Sturm now dumping it into the Lightning zone as Vasilevsky will just get it and hang on to it, cover it up for a whistle as Alexander Newhook was given chase to it. At this stage, ladies and gentlemen, it is chess, definitely not checkers. Nick Shellick, thank you for the like. I appreciate it. Lightning cutting off every chance they can for the Avalanche to enter the zone. 16:44 left. Faceoff will come to the right faceoff circle near the Lightning net. It'll be Nathan McKinnon here taking the draw for the Avalanche as the puck down, and the Lightning will come up with it. We'll get it out to Killhorn as he moves it up through the neutral zone, being contested here by the Avalanche. It'll be whistled offside. Boy, slow, sludgy start to the Stanley Cup playoffs here. 16:36 left. Faceoff coming to the furthest faceoff dot, closest to the blue line, to the penalty boxes. And it looks like it'll be Landeskog, but he's kicked out of the face-off here. It'll be McKinnon and Cirelli. Now with the puck down, being fought for it, but the Avalanche will come up with it. Now the Lightning trying to come up with it. Devon Taves will kick it out over here, and it will be moved along with the Avalanche into the neutral zone, being contested by the Lightning. Now moved along by Cale Makar. Cale Makar with it over the blue line into the zone. Valerie Nichushkin giving chase to it now. Nichushkin with a shot, rattled off the post. Now here's Helmet. Will leave it back for Taves. And it'll be picked off by the Lightning and moved up out of the zone as Nathan McKinnon will get back. Being whistled for delayed offsides here. Now being fought along. Now Nichushkin with it through the neutral zone over to Taves. Taves with it to Landeskog as he pokes with it, getting battled behind the net. Here come the Lightning up with it. Sergachev will get it and move it along into the Avalanche zone, but Erik Johnson will be back to get it there. Johnson with it, moving it to Sturm over to Landeskog. Landeskog coming back over the net. Lightning pressing hard on defense here. Still with it in their own zone are the Avalanche. Clearing it along to Eric Johnson. Moving it along to Gabriel Landeskog. Over the neutral zone into the blue line. Gives it to Helm with a shot. Went wide off Vasilevsky and up out of play. 15:33. Avalanche are coming out attacking. Doesn't seem to be much rust there for the Colorado Avalanche. They're doing a really good job here. It seems that the Avalanche have a counter move for every move, defensive move, that the Tampa Bay Lightning lay out in front of them. 15:33 officially left. Faceoff will come to the right of the Lightning net here. Puck down, and it will be struggled for. Trying to be coming up here. Arturi Lehkonen will move it along the boards around the net. Here comes Logan O'Connor with it now in the corner. O'Connor now trying to dig it out as he tries to move it back on the blue line, but picked off here by Braden Point. Moved into the neutral zone and turned back over by Helm. Back into over the blue line. And Hedman will move it back out. And with a huge hit laid up against the boards, the Avs clear it now with a chance as Lehkonen went off his skate though. And up against the boards. Now Helm with it. Coming up with it. And now the Lightning, Braden Point will just try to get it out. It's being worked upon by Point out of the zone, being tangled up here. Now McKinnon has it. McKinnon in the zone here. O'Connor, excuse me. It's going to be whistled for an offside. Oh, it's going to be a penalty here. It's going to be a penalty. And it's going to go against Josh Manson here. He's going to get called for holding. 2 minutes and the Lightning are on the power play. I don't know how that was holding, as it looked like a natural entanglement between Josh Manson and Braden Point. Or Nick Paul, excuse me, not Braden Point. That was Nick Paul. I mean, I can see it. I can see it. 2 minute minor here. Now the Lightning are on the power play. Avs have to flex their PK now. It's going to be Helm and Cirelli here for the faceoff here to the left side of the Colorado Avalanche net. Here we go now. Get referee getting in position. Puck down now. The Lightning will come up with it. Give it out to Hedman out on the blue line. Now we'll come over with it to Kucherov. Kucherov now with it to Point. Back to the Kucherov. Back to Kucherov with a shot. Deflected wide off to the left of the net here. Stamkos with it now, being battled along with Helm. Now back over to Kucherov with a shot out in front of the net. That went wide left. Now back out to Hedman. Hedman back to Point with a shot. That was Stamkos, excuse me, and it was saved by Kemper. Now with the Hedman with a shot from the blue line. Saved by Kemper again. Moved out by Devon Taves as it goes all the way back down to the Tampa Bay Lightning zone. Man, I'm a little bit rusty. I don't think we have to worry about the Avalanche being rusty. I'm at rusty here on the call here. Here come the Lightning now working it up. Now Kucherov back for Point because he comes over the blue line. Now Braden Point in with it. We'll get it over here to Hedman. Hedman on the blue line over to Kucherov on the right side. Now we'll get it over back to Kucherov. Back over to Kucherov again on the right side. Kucherov with it. Now down low over to Point, but it'll be broken up and almost sent out of the zone here. Kucherov keeps it into Point. Back to Hedman on the blue line. Now kicks it over to Palat. Palat with it. Back over to Kucherov. Back over to Braden Point. Top of the line here with a one-timer. Kucherov, it's blocked as it's shoved away by Jack Johnson. Here's Kucherov again with it on the right side. Back to Palat as the diving stop by Johnson there. Now back out to the point. The slap shot went wide. Trying to get it back out. It'll be knocked out of the zone and cleared out by Arturi Lehkonen. Great penalty kill by the Colorado Avalanche here. Unbelievable. Now back with it now is Kucherov as he tries to work it up, and it'll be blocked, just poked out of the zone by the Avalanche again. Now Sergachev with it behind his own net. Here's Sergachev. Now we'll move it along here. Back over to Colton as he moves it along the neutral zone for Corey Perry, but it's met immediately by Nico Sturm at the blue line. Now full strength as the penalty kill ends. Now with it, and with a shot went wide over the net. Now the Avalanche come up with it. Here comes Darren Helm with it over the blue line, getting cleared, but immediately met by two Lightning there as the puck goes behind the net, and the Lightning will gain possession of it as Helm rocks a Lightning player behind the net. Now here comes here for Cirelli there. Now with it back with a shot from the blue line, and it went up and over as it was a save there by Kemper. Now the Avalanche will come up with it. Here's Bowen Byram over through the neutral zone, over the blue line. Here's Byram with it now to Rantanen as he struggles with it off the board with a shot and score! What a goal there by Gabriel Landeskog, the captain, and the Colorado Avalanche are already up in this game, 1-0. Ran in with it off the boards with the shot, and Landeskog just put it there as it went through Vasilevsky's legs. That's a rare goal given up by Andrei Vasilevsky. It went up over his blocker, and Landeskog was right there in the crease to just tap it in. Unbelievable. 12-13 left. What a strong beginning here by the Colorado Avalanche. Both teams here now lining up for the face-off as it was a false face-off. They'll reset here. Great goal by the first line here. Puck down now, and the Lightning will come up with it. It'll go back all the way to Vasilevsky. Vasilevsky will get it along as the Lightning try to work it out of their zone, being kept in by the Avalanche here. Now coming up with it is Jack Johnson, but he struggles with it. Alexander Newhook will send it back, and now sent into the zone by the Avalanche. Here's Vasilevsky with it behind the net. We'll try to leave it out, but it'll be sent out of the zone over through the Avalanche zone. The Avalanche will retain it. Here comes now. It'll be worked into the zone. Up and down. Now Vasilevsky will leave it along here behind the net. Here it is behind the net now. Lightning holding on, waiting for the line change. Being intercepted here by JT Compher with it with a shot, and it went up and high over. Being rattled around. Byram keeping it in along the boards. Now it'll be worked along by Zach Bogosian. Now worked into the Avalanche zone by the Lightning here, as Stamkos comes in and rocks them behind the boards. Here comes Rantanen now with it. Now back over to Compher. Compher with it. We'll get it, but it'll be poked away and out of the zone by the Lightning. Jack Johnson with it now over in the Avalanche zone. Johnson with it, trying to get over to Rantanen, but he'll work it back to Johnson. Now we'll get it over to Nathan MacKinnon over the blue line, but it's being immediately bumped off the puck by the Lightning. Colton with it now, back with it. We'll get it over to Hedman. Hedman trying to work it out, and it'll be off the skate here of Valeri Nichushkin as he gives chase to it in the corner. Now being worked around the net here by Hedman again as he'll try to work it out. Being kept on by Nathan MacKinnon. Back over here with a shot by Valeri Nichushkin. Score! Valeri Nichushkin with it as he picks it off with a goal right in between Andrei Vasilevsky's legs again. That's right. Unbelievable start here. The Lightning turning over the puck here very early, and it's costing them to the tune of 2-0 here in the first period. Unbelievable. Valeri Nichushkin. Unbelievable. Puck down now, and the Avalanche will have it here. Here's Helm with it. Now working it will be contested here and shoved out by the Lightning. Now being worked in by the Avalanche into the Lightning zone as it'll be whistled for an icing. Valeri Nichushkin coming up huge. The Avalanche continue to put the pressure. They need to do that. Thank you very much, Avatar. I appreciate that. Unbelievable. First 5-hole goal allowed in the playoffs by Andrei Vasilevsky. The Avalanche need to not get cocky here. They need to keep the pressure on, and I think they've learned that. Puck down now, and the Avalanche have it. Here comes Lehkonen now with a breakout here with Nathan MacKinnon over the blue line. MacKinnon in all by himself around the net. Now trying to, I'm sorry, that was O'Connor now with it. Trying to get it around here. O'Connor now battling with it. With the Lightning here behind the net. Now Stamkos will come up with it now, but being contested by the Avalanche now as the Kucherov comes out with it. Kucherov with it through the neutral zone and over the blue line, working it over here. Trying to be worked along by Palat. pull out behind the net now with it with Cale Makar as Devon Taves tries to work it out, but now here comes with a shot from the blue line. It's saved there by Kemper. Being worked out now. Here comes Jack Johnson with it now. Nathan McKinnon's over the blue line here, and he's whistled offside. Unbelievable. Nathan McKinnon not liking that call as he believes he was not offside. Yes, absolutely. 9:45 left here in the first period, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals right here on the MHRT Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 9:45 left here to go in the first period. Avalanche have already jumped out to a 2-0 lead here in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. No Nazem Kadri. No Andrew Cogliano face-off here. Now down with the puck. Now Bowen Byram has it. He'll get it and dump it into the Lightning zone. Avalanche coming out buzzing here with it in the zone. It'll be kicked away here and being come up by Steven Stamkos as he fights with Mikko Rantanen within the corner. Now Burakovsky with it, coming up with it. Now are the Lightning. Here comes Kucherov with it through the neutral zone. He'll flip it up into the Avalanche zone. Will be taken away here by Cirelli, being picked off by Mikko Rantanen. Here's Burakovsky with it all alone. Oh, a breakaway with a shot save there by Vasilevsky here. Now Burakovsky gets absolutely rocked by Killorn right in the zone, trying to get back out to the zone, but it'll go out of the Lightning zone into the Avalanche zone here. Now here's Byram with it coming out here. Now we're working along the boards for Newhook on the left side. Newhook working it in as it clears to the zone. Vasilevsky cutting it off and the Lightning trying to work it back out. Bogosian now will get it out and work it out here to Bellemare here. Now to Killorn with a shot. It's saved by Kemper. Now Perry working it along the side. Now Bellemare with it. Over to the left side now with a shot from the point. Blocked down in front. Perry with the rebound, and the pass was intercepted by Pavel Kubel. Oh my goodness, worked along by the Avalanche here. Now here comes Sturm over the blue line in the zone, but being bumped off the puck with the backhanded and it went wide of the net there. Now the Lightning with it now. Here's Sergachev with it now behind the net here for the Lightning. Now trying to work it out here. Get it out now. Cirelli with it. Now to Sergachev as he gets it over the blue line, cleared into the Avalanche zone with Paul there. Avalanche contesting it heavily now as they're working along the side of the boards here. Work it out here with a slap shot. It went up high and out of play. Shots are 9-6. 7:56 left here in the first period. Unbelievable. Just an unbelievable start for the Colorado Avalanche. I don't think anybody saw this coming. I don't think anybody saw the Avalanche coming out this hard. I was saying it though. I was like, the Avalanche, if they're going to come out against the Lightning, they need to come out hard and fast. And so far in this game, they have. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to step away just for a few seconds here. We'll be right back. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming back into the action here. Avatar says, you gave the Bolts an extra shot. I did. I can't go back on the shots. Here, I'll edit it out. 9-6. There we go. Change it now. So we're coming back into the action here. 7:56 left here in the first period. It's actually 57, but I'll roll it when it comes synced all together. Avalanche playing fast and hard here. They're showing they really want to take game one. Face-off coming to the left circle nearest to the Avalanche net. It'll be Paul now with the puck down now, and it's a false face-off here. Now as Helm, and it looks like it'll be Sorelli here for the face-off. Sorry, Helm and Colton now. Puck down now, and the Lightning will have it with a shot immediately. It went off deflected wide. Now Rutta now with a shot, but it'll be blocked by Lehkonen, now moved around back behind the net. Byram clearing it out now. Being worked along the boards by O'Connor into the neutral zone, trying to be contested by the Lightning. Now here comes Point now with it, trying to work it out, and he does in the Avalanche zone. Here's Paul with it in front of the net with a shot score. That was just a tangle up goal there by the Tampa Bay Lightning. They come right out in front of it. Big mistake by the Avalanche as they did not get back on defense fully there. And you see the defensive breakdown there as Paul skated around Eric Johnson. He got kind of tangled up there with Kemper. He tried to go back and just lifted it up above Kemper's left or right pad enough for it to roll by Kemper and in. I mean, that's just an ugly goal. That's just an ugly goal there. It's going to happen. I mean, not really much there that anybody could do about that. That's puck luck. 2-1 now here. 7:34 remaining, puck down now. The Lightning have it here as now the comes close. Now Sirach with it over the line. And Cernak will over the line. It'll be whistled offside. Yeah, I mean, it got touched up by Johnson, and Paul kind of just flipped it up enough over Kemper's blocker. Not much you can do about that, guys. Not much you can do about that. It was a bad defensive play combined with some puck luck. That's what it was. Puck down now, and the Lightning have it here. Now working it into the boards is Hedman into the Avalanche zone. Taves there to contest it. Now Devon Taves working it around the boards here. We cut off by the Lightning. Now it'll be worked across ice, being picked up here by the Lightning as they get a shot off. It went wide of the net. Now being worked along the boards here by McDonough. Now trying to be cleared up to the blue line. It'll go out and away from the zone all the way into the Lightning zone. Vasilevsky will play it along the boards here. Now Palat here. Now over to Hedman. Now working it in is Kucherov as he clears it into the zone now. Kemper comes out, plays it along the boards now. Being contested now behind the net. Here comes Josh Manson now and trying to get it out. The Avalanche trying to get out of the zone. Picked off here out in front of the net, and it's broken up by Josh Manson as he gets it and flips it out of the zone here. Now intercepted here by Logan O'Connor, or Nathan McKinnon, with it over the shot, blocked immediately, trying to get it back out of the zone, and it'll be cut off by the Lightning here. Lightning trying to work it out here, and it'll be intercepted by the Avalanche in the neutral zone. Here comes Rico Rantanen over the blue line, clearing it now, being met immediately, bumped off the puck and pushed out of the zone again. Avalanche will try it here. Here's now Eric Johnson with it, trying to work it along the blue line, doesn't, clears it, but getting tripped up. Kucherov gets there, Sergachev gets there, and now out to the blue line here to Byram now, working it along the left side, back out to Byram at the point with a slap shot save out by Andrei Vasilevsky, now being worked around back out to the blue line. Lightning trying to get it out of their zone, will do so over the blue line. Now Killorn picks it up over the blue line into the zone. Killorn cross-ice pass, and it's broken up as Cirelli looked to get a cross-ice goal there. Now working it still here into the zone. Killorn with it behind the net. Here's Killorn. Now works out to the blue line with a shot, and it's deflected and saved out in front. Now Point with Hagel with it. Now back out to Surratt, now to Killorn with it with a shot from the blue line, deflected wide. Now here come the Avalanche trying to work it out of their zone. Lightning, and it will get out of the zone, but the Lightning are right there trying to clear it out of the zone, and it's whistled offside. Killorn got a little bit too pass happy there as he cleared it into the zone. 5:22 left here in the first period, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to the Stanley Cup Finals here on the MHRT Network. Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. 5:22 left here in the first period. The Avalanche lead 2-1 after giving it out to a hot 2-0 start here in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Avalanche have to keep the pressure on here as it's kind of waning just a little bit. Being kind of sludgy. It's a very physical series as the Lightning like to get out and work that way. That's my fear. Up 2-0. Up 2-0 and let them down. Now the Lightning have momentum. Not good. Puck down now, and the Lightning will come up with it now. This is being worked into the zone as McDonough will do that. Being picked up around behind the net by Manson as he tries to work it over the neutral zone into the Lightning zone as he'll go all the way down now. Being worked around now out of the zone by Chernek and out. And the puck rolls all the way to the Avalanche zone. Johnson now picking it up along the boards now, being knocked down by the Lightning. Here comes Helm with it ultimately as he'll push it up out of the neutral zone into the zone for a line change. Lightning with it behind the net, holding, waiting for the line change. Now coming out with it, works it along the boards into the Avalanche zone. Clear as it's whistled offside though. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget Broncos Bill coming up here with about a minute left to go here in the period. We'll bring him in the intermission, and we'll have a breakdown of the first period and what's going on here. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. This is interesting. 4:38. It's kind of a slow start here. Face off near to the right face off circle nearest the Lightning net. It'll be Colton there for the face-off now. Puck down, and the Avalanche will have it here. Here's McCarr at the blue line. Makar with it now, working it back over to Taves. Taves for the blue line with a shot as it's deflected out in front of the net. Landeskog keeping it in now to Chushkin out to the blue line. It'll go past Makar and into the Avalanche zone. Kemper playing it now with Taves now behind the net. Here's Taves now. Trying to bring it out. Taves out to Nathan McKinnon as he brings it over the neutral zone of the blue line into the zone as he's tripped up Cirelli, and we will have a penalty, ladies and gentlemen. Cirelli will go to the box for tripping. 2 minutes. 11-6 are the shots. The Avalanche going on the power play. Avalanche power play hasn't been too efficient as of late. This is the chance to turn it around and really show something here. They lead 2-1. Yeah, Sergachev and Cirelli tripped him up both, trying to choke him out. Cirelli blatantly tripped him with the skate. It wasn't even a close debate there. Face off now to the left face-off circle. Puck down now. The Avalanche have it. Out to Makar on the blue line. Here's Makar now. Skating in with the slap shot by McKinnon. Save by Vasilevsky. McKinnon keeping it in. Now it's Lehkonen out in front of the net. It goes behind the net as Landeskog works it around for Rantanen. Back out to the blue line to Makar. Makar walking the blue line. Here's Makar now. Back with it over to Rantanen. Rantanen with a shot in. Saving it with deflected wide from the net on the left side. Makar trying to keep it in as he's being tripped up again over the blue line, and another penalty. Another penalty on Cale Makar. It'll be 3:40 as Cirelli heads to the box for 2. It's now a 5-on-3 power play, ladies and gentlemen, for 1 minute and 33 seconds. John Cooper visibly not happy with his team on the bench. He's letting them hear it. Yep, that was a blatant trip by Cirelli there again. As now Sergachev and Cirelli are both in the box. John Cooper not happy. Face off to the left face-off circle here. Out in front of the Lightning net. Bellemare and Landeskog with it. Puck down now. Lightning trying to get it out of the zone. Kept in by Rantanen. Rantanen moving it along the boards here. Back out to Makar on the blue line. Leaves it back for Rantanen. Back over to Makar, the left face-off circle. Back out to Rantanen. It's 5-on-3. You got to shoot. Here's McKinnon driving it in into the inside. Turns back around, though. Back out to Makar, or to Rantanen out here on the point. Over to Makar. Makar with it. Now back over to McKinnon. McKinnon driving in. Now holding it off over to Landeskog. Back out to Rantanen with a shot, and it's blocked out by Bellemare. Dumped out still in the zone. McKinnon keeping it in. Here's McKinnon now leaving it behind for Makar. Makar back over to McKinnon. McKinnon with the shot in as it's saved. Pushed away. Here's Makar now. Back over to Lehkonen. Back over to McKinnon. McKinnon back over to Makar. Makar with it with a shot in as it's blocked in the lane before it even reaches the net here. Back over to McKinnon. Back to Makar. Makar back over to Rantanen. Rantanen with a one-timer with McKinnon saved out in front by Vasilevsky. McKinnon with it again as he drives it in with the pass over. Back over to Rantanen. Rantanen with a pass to McKinnon. Shot save by Kucherov. We're going back with the shot again. Score! What a goal by the Avalanche. Arturi Lehkonen with it. And the Avalanche now go up 3-1. 2:29 left, and that clears both penalties. Rantanen with it with the shot. Lehkonen right there on the back door as he put it left blocker side on the crease. John Cooper is not happy at all. 2:29 left. Face off at center ice. Colorado is still on the power play for 50 seconds. As only one power play clears on that. Lehkonen still puck down now, and the Lightning have it. Here comes Hedman as he clears it. Being knocked down by Burakovsky, who ultimately worked along here by Killorn. Killorn now with it. The Avalanche with it behind their net. It's Devon Taves. Taves with it will leave it behind for Andre Burakovsky as he comes through the neutral zone over the blue line. Here's Byram. Byram with it, working along to Burakovsky now. Burakovsky back out to Byram. Now out to Taves, back to Byram. Byram with it now. With the shot as it went wide. Now Nichushkin trying to clear it back out, and he will. Out to Burakovsky, down to Nichushkin behind the net. Back out here to the blue line. Taves to Byram. Byram with it, back to Taves with a one-timer. Save out in front as it's knocked out and moved out of the Lightning zone into the Avalanche zone as now the power play will clear. We're at full strength, ladies and gentlemen. Taves with it. Now over to Logan O'Connor in front with the deflection when it went wide by Helm there. Now being worked around here by Byram in the corner now. Now that Helm comes in there to kind of give him some help. Now still being worked around in the corner here by Cirelli and Rudda. Rudda and Cirelli now trying to fight for it as now the Lightning will come up with it. Palat now with it as they work it over the blue line into the zone. Here's Palat with it all by himself as it was pushed and saved by Kemper. Now Comfer with it working in the corner. It'll be picked up again. Now to Palat with a shot in front, but it's blocked out by the Avalanche. Now being worked along here. Stamkos with it with a shot, and it's blocked again and saved out. Here is now Comfer with it as he works it out of the zone. Being contested by the Lightning. It's being worked up, and I guess it's going to be whistled for out of play. 49 seconds left. Unbelievable. Here for the Colorado Avalanche. A really, really hot and strong start here by the Avalanche. What a goal by Arturi Lehkonen. Avalanche, I said it earlier too. We'll have it now, puck down. Now the Avalanche have it as Rantanen comes across the neutral zone and works it into the Lightning zone here. Here's now the Lightning contesting it here as they try to move it along the boards out of the zone. It's being kept in by Rantanen as he works it over to the behind the net here. Now trying to be worked out here by Cyranek as he does get it out of the zone now. Worked along here by the Lightning into the Avalanche zone. Shot pass being blocked out in front and worked out of the zone. Hedman with it now. Hedman trying to keep it in as he works it over the blue line into the Avalanche zone. Taves there to cut it off as he flips it up and out of the zone back over to the Lightning zone. It'll be whistled for an icing. 10.6 seconds left. We will get a face-off and welcome in here Bronco Bill. Bronco Bill, what's going on, my friend?
Not much, man. What an absolute beginning to the Stanley Cup Finals.
It had a really slow start. It really did.
I kind of think that it wasn't so much a slow start as it was each team trying to fill each other's team out. The Lightning are, the champions back to back, and then you got the upstart. What I mean by upstart is the Avalanche not haven't been there in 21 years and yet on the doorstep the last 4 seasons in the playoffs. So I think that's what it was, in my opinion.
The Lightning working around the net here as we try to finish off the first period. Now with the shot out in front, it went up and over the net. Now here's Sergachev as that'll be the end of the first period. All right. Now we'll bring in Bronco Bill here. That was an interesting start for the Avalanche. I don't think that was a start that really anybody expected from the Colorado Avalanche. But I was saying it before, Bill. Mm-hmm. I was saying it before. The Avalanche needed to find a way to score ugly goals. And they have. They have so far. They've accomplished that feat.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, those shots that they took, the last one, especially the last one, that was absolutely amazing. I mean, from the top of the circle and just, ignited the crowd.
Lehkonen being right there on the back door.
Yep. Oh, getting that tip in. Absolutely getting that tip in.
What that was good positioning there with the shot, as you think that's a shot at the net, but really Lehkonen's calling for it on his far right pad side in the crease.
Right.
That was an amazing pass, to be honest.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The thing that shocked me the most, I think, was the 2-0 Avalanche goals to jump out in front with still 10 plus minutes left in the period. That shocked me. The fluke goal, the ticky tack kind of, I mean, where it went off of, I think it went off of Kemper's stick. He tried to deflect it and it didn't.
It got touched up by Johnson in front, which allowed Point to come back and just give it a little flip up over Kemper's pad. So like Johnson's touch up on it repositioned it for Point to be able to get it back on his stick and flip it up over. So it was a bad defensive play combined with a little bit of puck luck. Right. That's what I like to call that.
In the first period so far, the rust doesn't seem to be there. What seems to be there is Tampa Bay fears the speed of the Lightning. I mean, excuse me. Fears the speed of the Avalanche. My fault. Hey, don't hold me accountable, guys.
Yeah, because they're trying to respond and almost trying to like muck it up along the boards here with the Avalanche. They're trying to squeeze those lanes right up on the blue line when the Avalanche try to enter their zone. I've noticed that a lot.
And the Avalanche came out hitting. I mean, they are taking every shot at every player they possibly can. And they're keeping their cool, which is really, really important to me.
Yeah, but also on the flip side of that as well, also making it known to the Lightning that they're not going to be pushed around. You know, there's a little bit of pushing and shoving going out there in front of the net a couple of times here in the first period. They're also letting the Lightning know, hey, we can get physical if we need to, but we're going to try and ultimately play our brand of hockey. And that's what the Avalanche have established in the first period.
Exactly. Darcy Kemper does not look to me like he's had all those days off. He's sharp, although he hasn't really been tested.
No.
I agree. He hasn't really been tested, but he still looks sharp. There's a couple of saves where he's made, a save. The first one where he caught it in his glove or right against his chest.
Yeah.
He seems to be focused, and that's important because, in my opinion, the weaker goalie right now is Vasilevsky. Have one go through the fifth hole. He's never had all playoffs this season.
Well, and then the Avalanche revitalizing their power play.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Boy, that needed to get going in a big way, especially when you're on a 5-on-3. You got to score. You got a 2-man advantage. You got to score, and they did. They came away with a goal, and I was revived and rejuvenated. And I could breathe again, knowing that they have success on the power play. Because to be honest, Bill, it wasn't good, those power play statistics in the last series. It wasn't great at all.
No, not at all. How about that first power play by Tampa Bay Lightning and the Avalanche shut it down and then respond with a goal of their own? That, you talk about reversing the momentum and the flow, that was huge.
Yeah.
That was huge.
And I just have it in my mind, Bill, that Bednar has been this way all playoffs. I think he rests Kadri and Cogliano until they lose, and then he looks.
I hope they don't lose, man.
Yeah, and then I think he looks at seeing where they're at with their injuries and if they could go. Jared Bednar has an amazing amount of patience with his players. He really does, and he's almost got this sixth sense of when he can tell when it's time to put somebody in and take somebody out. I mean, as we see it, we now have Nico Sturm in the lineup for the first time since the Nashville series.
Exactly.
He's here. He's here and he's in the lineup. And so I think he knows he's just got that sense, man. Like we can sit here all day and talk about how it's the players, but you have to have a great mind as a coach to set those lines.
Absolutely.
And to have a sixth sense and a relationship and a chemistry built with your players to know how they're all going to mesh together on a line. And Jared Bednar he's hitting on all cylinders in that department.
Well, I think he just nailed it. Chemistry. The key word is chemistry. These guys on the ice have chemistry. No matter who Jared Bednar puts in on the lines. He could put in Rantanen on the second line. He could put Nathan McKinnon with Makar. He could take Makar off and put him with Rantanen. He could mix it and match it, and they all work chemistry. And you know where that starts from? That starts from the top. Joe Sakic went out and got some key players. Bednar's working the system. He's got a plan, and these guys are executing. And I'll tell you what, if you told me if I hadn't known anything coming into this game, and you told me the Avalanche had 8 days off and Tampa Bay didn't, I would say you got to be out of your mind because these guys are not playing like they had 8 days off.
Yeah, like as we feared that the long days off would work in against the Avalanche, it seems that it's done the complete opposite for the second time in a row. You know, it seems like these Avalanche players, they really learn how to use their time off efficiently. You know, they got a long saying in prison, Bill. It's you don't do the time does you. And or they say don't do the time, let the time, basically use your time wisely.
Right.
And I think the Avalanche kind of have adapted that motto of don't just do the time. Don't just go through the motions on the day off. Let the time serve you, and let the don't serve the time. Let the time serve you. That's
so you're calling this a jailbreak because I like that.
Some sort of a prisoner mentality. You kind of have to. I mean, you can argue that these players are a prisoner of hockey, although they're lovingly a prisoner of hockey, and it's that don't serve the time, let the time serve you. And the time is serving the Colorado Avalanche to the tune of 3-1.
Oh, I totally agree. My concern though is we have that 3-1 lead, and we've always had that, the letdown in the second period. And sometimes even in the early middle third period of when Avalanche have the lead, they kind of go into that. I hate to say it, and I'm going to say it. All right. No, I'm not. I'm not going to say the P word. But you go into that defense, and that has hurt them more times than not. I don't want to see that. I want to see them playing the second period and third period just like they did the first.
I think they kind of got over that last series. I really do. It seems like they turned a real leaf there because, early on in the Edmonton series, they did that. And I think it was game 3 that they just laid it on them, even though they had a pretty significant lead. I mean, obviously game 4, it took until overtime, but I think game 3 was the turning point for them in the last series for them to realize, like, okay, when we get up, we have to stay aggressive. We have to. And I think the Avalanche are more than well aware. I mean, it helps when you have a worthy opponent in the Tampa Bay Lightning too. I think a lot of the preventative defense maybe had something to do with the scale of opponent that the Avalanche were facing in both the Blues and the Oilers, because the Avs knew above head and shoulders they were better than both the Blues and the Edmonton Oilers.
Sure.
Now here you're pretty much evenly matched. And not only that, a lot would argue and have argued right up until this point that the Tampa Bay Lightning were the better team.
Yeah, back-to-back Stanley Cup champions, absolutely. Yeah. I would say the same thing. I just don't feel that that Vasilevsky has faced an offense and remember, and a defense that can score like the Colorado Avalanche. This team is fast and good.
People kept bringing this up. People kept bringing this up, Bill, and I want to bring this up again. The one team that was just the one team that took them to 7 games had about a fifth of the offense that the Avalanche have. And that was the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Right.
So if the Avalanche have a better offense and are head and shoulders better offensively than the Toronto Maple Leafs, that should translate into success. And that's kind of what I was hinging my faith on in the Avalanche. Everybody's like, I don't know, man. We don't have Nazem Kadri. We don't have Andrew Cogliano. We don't have Sam Girard. I get that. Those injuries do in fact suck. They are huge injuries, but this Avalanche team time and time again is resilient. But
that's how deep this Avalanche team is. I mean, you can knock out 3, 4, 5. Even our goalie Kemper was out for the entire last series, and we swept. So what does that tell you? That tells me this team is not only loaded up front, we are loaded on all 4 lines and reserves and goalies.
Absolutely. And it's the young guys again. Bo and Byram, they're showing this play here with Byram as he just leaves it for Rantanen. The young guys, they penetrate the zone so fast that the Lightning swarm them and think that they're coming into the net, and then they just leave it behind from them because they know that Vasilevsky has a tough time facing outside shots.
Well, that was proven tonight.
The only way you're going to get one by Vasilevsky is by beating it down low. You know, is by getting in there and getting aggressive down low and beating him up to get it past him, which the Avalanche have also done.
Right.
So,
right.
you know, they've scouted the Tampa Bay Lightning very, very well, it seems to be so far in this game.
Well, Jared Bednar and his coaching staff have done a tremendous job taking those days off to really scrutinize what the Lightning do, what they do best, what they don't do best, how to intimidate them. And that has been proven this first period.
Absolutely. No, head and shoulders, no doubt about it. And like I said, obviously the two tripping calls helped. And you know what?
Yeah.
And you know what? I gotta say, I'm very proud of the Avalanche penalty kill. They killed that penalty very excellent after Helm got the holding call there early on in the first period. I was absolutely just completely impressed with the Colorado Avalanche penalty kill, because they have the lesser penalty kill statistically speaking in this season than the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Right. And they're diving in front of Kemper. They are blocking shots. They're doing everything and anything they can to keep the puck out of the net.
Eric Johnson is playing like a man possessed defensively.
Oh yeah.
Eric
absolutely.
Johnson is head and shoulders the defensive player of the game for the Avalanche so far. I think he's dove in front of 3 pucks in the first period, and he's all over the place. He's skating with them. And that's one thing also about this Avalanche team. They're versatile. They can play any style you want to. You know, the Lightning tried to start it off slow, tried to muck it up on the boards, get really physical. The Avalanche said, okay, you want to play that game? We'll play that game too. And then they said, oh, we're going to switch it up to speed and skill. Well, we'll play that game too. And we'll play it better than you. And they have.
Exactly.
They have.
Exactly.
I think everybody is surprised about the way the Avalanche have came out. I am not so much surprised. My faith has not waned, not one bit.
Oh, come on. Stop it. Don't tell me that.
It hasn't. It hasn't at all. I know that they have the better goalie, but my whole point was the whole entire time is that he has a weakness. He has a weakness. Yes, is he a really good goalie? Yes, he's a really good goalie. But this playoffs, more than any other 2 of those cup runs, he has shown his weaknesses. Even when the Lightning were stomping the New York Rangers, the Rangers were still getting like 2 by him.
Right.
He let more goals. He let more goals by him last playoff series than he had all playoffs.
Yeah. And a couple of the goals of the 3 that Avalanche got in the first period, a couple of them, you saw Vasilevsky look backwards like, I can't believe I missed that.
Yeah.
They're in his head. They are in his head.
They are in his head. And not only that, it's just, you know, and I know everybody, if the Avalanche win this game, everybody's going to go back to what the Lightning have done this whole entire playoffs. They've lost pretty much every single game won. Every single one of them. And they're like, they went down 2-0 last series, you know, they'll come back. But this is not the Florida Panthers. This is not the New York Rangers. I'm going to say that right now to anybody who wants to make that comment if the Avs go back to Tampa up 2-0.
That's right. And people need to be reminded that Avalanche are undefeated on the road these playoffs.
Yeah.
Undefeated. So if we go
12-2 overall.
Guess what?
The best record out of any team in this playoffs, 12-2 overall.
Yep. And the only 2 games we lost were at home.
Yep.
The only 2 games.
Yep.
I'm not saying it's going to go 4-0.
Nope.
I'm not saying that
I don't think
all.
so either.
What I am saying is the Lightning have not seen the likes of the speed, the defense, the hitting, the play that the Avalanche, like you said earlier, if the Avalanche want to play smash mouth, let's play smash mouth. They want to play speed. Guess what? We're going to outspeed you.
And that's why I think Jared Bednar put Nico Sturm out there, because I think he had a feeling that the Lightning were going to get really physical early on, and that's why he put Sturm out there. You know, and everybody, I know what everybody's going to think if the Avalanche win this first game. They're going to be like, throw McDermott out there. We're not throwing McDermott out in the Stanley Cup.
No.
It's not happening.
No.
You know, it kind of sucks that, you know, he was picked up and hardly used, but he did serve a purpose, you know, especially in the Nashville series. And if this series does come down to physicality, I'm sure Jared Bednar will put him out there to some capacity. Sure. I'm sure he will.
Sure. You just don't want to get in that because you don't want to get in penalty situations.
Yeah, because you don't want to tip your team over the brink of undisciplined hockey.
Exactly.
You don't want to get too far into the physicality zone because that's the only reason why you send an enforcer like McDermott out there is to get physical.
Well, then it gets ugly, and then you get into penalty trouble, and then you get down in goals, and then you've lost the game. You've lost your focus. Then you've got to regroup, and it may be too little too late. We're almost headed into the second period. I want to see the Avalanche come out the exact same way they
Keep it
came
going.
out in the first period.
Keep your foot on the pedal and do not let off for anything. You can't with this team because they got way too many talented players.
That's right.
For that. So
two goals for the Lightning is not insurmountable. I'll leave you with that.
No, it's only 2 goals. So thank you very much, Bronco Bill, for joining us here. I'm going to take a short break, ladies and gentlemen. We'll come back with second period action. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready. Second period action. 15-8 are the shots. We'll get those up to date before we go. Just a quick test. Can everybody hear me before we start? Can anybody hear me? Chat, can you hear me? Avatar says, funny story about Lehkonen. Steve Dangle from Sportsnet was calling the final game to the Avs and Oilers when Arturi Lehkonen made the final goal. Steve called him Mikko Lehkonen for played for the Leafs. Yes, he did. Lehkonen. Yes, he did. I saw that. That was pretty funny. I just want to do a quick test. Can everybody hear me? Let's see here. Let's see if my audio is working. It is. All right, here we go now. Second period now. Both teams getting ready. Landeskog here for the face-off with Palat. Here now, puck down, and the Lightning will have it here as they try to work it along. The boards here in the neutral zone, but it'll be contested by the Avalanche and worked into the Lightning zone. Here comes Nichushkin, giving chase to it in the corner. He'll move it along behind the net to Landeskog as he works it over to Nathan McKinnon. Now being contested by the Lightning here as it's moved out by Palat. And now back for Taves. Taves will have it here. Now over to Makar. Makar trying to work it out, but he kept in by the Lightning. Now here comes Makar through the neutral zone. Now Makar with it, dumps it in over the blue line into the Lightning zone. Giving chase to it. Vasilevsky will cut it off here, trying to get it out, and it'll be knocked up and came up with by the Lightning as Point comes down with it, being with a shot by Colton, and it's off and saved by Darcy Kemper here. Being worked around behind the net. Here's Colton again as he gets rocked by Eric Johnson in the left corner there. Back here to Hedman. We'll get it out to the blue line here. Over to the right side. Back with a shot. Slap shot from the point, and it's blocked in the lane. Now with the shot again off the post. But a save there as it's being worked around back around the boards by the Lightning here. Being kept in here by Stamkos. Get it out to the point. And with a shot as it went wide here as Palat here behind the net. Here's Palat circling back around over to the left side. Palat still with it, trying to work it back out to the blue line. Does to Hedman. Getting it out here with a shot. And it's blocked out here by Landeskog. Being knocked down. Johnson has it now. He'll work it out of the zone. Giving chase to it now is Nichushkin. As the Lightning work it back in the zone. Here's Stamkos all by himself with a shot saved by Kemper. Now with a shot back in front of the net, but it's missed by Palat. Now Burakovsky with it, picks it up into the neutral zone. It's 2-on-1 here. Burakovsky with it as he cuts it over back over towards the blue line. Here's Burakovsky keeping it in. We'll get it now to Manson with a shot saved by Vasilevsky there working behind the net. Now Burakovsky back out to Byram on the blue line with a shot in and gloved by Vasilevsky. 18:01 left. Whew. I'm feeling it now, everybody. I'm getting back into the swing of things here. Boy, that was a post ringer by the Lightning. It hit far side post, though. Far side post. What a huge chance out in front with Stamkos to Palat, but Palat whiffed on it. as Manson rocked him on the boards. Face-off coming here. Puck down now. The Avalanche have it. Here's Manson with it. Now with the shot, save and glove by Vasilevsky again. We'll do it over again. Here we go now with a face-off to the right face-off circle here in front of the Lightning net here. Puck down. Nope. But the false start face-off. Helm will be kicked out, and now in will come Lehkonen. Puck down now. Lehkonen has it as the Avalanche will win it. Back out to the blue line here. Manson has it. We'll work it along back behind the net for Helm. Helm with it. Coming out from behind the net over to the left side here. Helm with it being struggling and worked upon by the Lightning here as O'Connor tries to move it along. It'll be picked up by the Lightning by Cirelli. Being tripped up now is Manson. Now Cirelli trying to fight with it. Avalanche still keeping it in the Lightning zone as it's worked around the net here. Bogosian gets it out. As he clears it out, it's knocked down at center ice. Now comes out with it as Manson. Out to O'Connor over the blue line in the zone, but being met there. O'Connor sweeps out to the right side, working it around the net here for Nico Sturm. Sturm with it. Here's Sturm now as he works over to O'Connor. O'Connor now with it in the corner, being worked by Killorn. Now being worked out here. Kucherov has it. Sergachev, has it. Now here comes Newhook working it along for Sturm. Sturm with it behind the net. Here comes Sturm as he kicks out to the blue line. Now out to Taves. Taves with the shot, but it's blocked off in the lane. Here's Newhook fights with it. Bogosian works it out, and it'll be taken out to the zone here. Now worked back into the Lightning zone. It'll be whistled for an icing. There as it was Hagel there as Hagel got rocked right about center ice. Double shot, Jake. Thank you for tuning in, my friend. Thank you guys so much. Jack Johnson rocked Hagel right in the Lightning zone there. Unbelievable. 16:45. Faceoff will come to the left faceoff circle near the Avalanche net. Here now, Bellemare wins the faceoff here with Hedman with a shot immediately, but it's blocked out right in front and knocked back into the Lightning zone. Hedman with it now, giving chase to it. As he'll work it along the boards here. Perry now works it into the zone. Bellemare working for it in the corner, but will be cut off there by Jack Johnson as he tries to move it out. Now here comes Ave Kubel as he tries to get it out, but it'll be kept in by the Lightning into the zone. Now back behind the net. Now Taves has it, trying to work it back out. Moving it along here, but intercepted by the Lightning, gloved by Kemper, pushing and shoving going on now behind the net. And the Avalanche are not going to take exception to the Lightning's physicality here. Pat Maroon has trying to get physical a couple of times with the Avalanche, and the Avalanche are putting up a fight. We're not going to take it. That's what we talked about it with Bronco Bill at the end of the first period. The versatility of this team. You guys want to get physical? We'll get physical. You guys want to get up and down and skate up and down the ice? The Colorado Avalanche will do that too with you. Now we're going to get a penalty here. So it's going to be a double minor here. 2 minutes each for roughing. It'll be a 4-on-4 for 2 minutes as Jack Johnson and Pat Maroon go to the penalty box here to start out the second period. The Avalanche must be disciplined. They can't take penalties. It's kind of an even penalty here. You can't take penalties, but at the same time, you can't let the Tampa Bay Lightning bully you either. I mean, Perry came in a little bit hard on Kemper there. The physicality and retaliation was a little bit deserved. 4-on-4 for 2 minutes here. 16-19 faceoff will come to the right faceoff circle. The Avalanche net puck down now. The Avalanche will come up with it as Cale Makar has it behind the net. Makar with it, just waiting now for the setup here. As he looks to bring it out. Here comes Makar, bringing it out. We'll get it a pass over to Nathan McKinnon. McKinnon with it here in the neutral zone. Gives it back to Makar, back into the Avalanche zone. Makar with it, looking to reset here. Now to Nathan McKinnon through the neutral zone. Here comes McKinnon up through the blue line. Tries to leave it behind for Landeskog, but is cut off there by Stamkos. Now Landeskog trying to get over to Byram. It'll go back over the blue line and out of the Lightning zone. Avalanche will retreat. Now to Makar. Now we'll get it over to Landeskog. Here comes Landeskog, giving a little bit of giddy up in it. Through the neutral zone, over the blue line. Landeskog being broken up and bumped off the puck here by the Lightning now. Here's McDonough with it behind the net. McDonough will get it out to Stamkos. Stamkos moving along the line, the boards here. We'll get it over here for and it'll be rocked by Manson. Cirelli was locked by Manson. Here's Landeskog with it as he works it into the zone. Vasilevsky with it now. Here's McDonough with it. McDonough giving it out to Kucherov. Kucherov with it over with a shot, and it's deflected out in front of the net. Now Hedman with it now, giving it back, chase to it now. Here's Hedman with it again as he tries to work it in the zone, being cut off there by Mikko Rantanen. Colorado being absolutely physical. Another hit delivered. Taves with it, fighting in the corner. Comes up with it now. Cross-ice pass with a shot. Saved by Kemper. Rebound save again. Darcy Kemper is playing on another level, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. "29 seconds left officially. Manson rocks Cirelli. Unbelievable. Woo. Man, he got rocked. Cirelli got rocked. Here now, face off here to the left, to the right of the Avalanche bench. Puck down. Now the Lightning have it. Now here's Hedman here at the top of the point. We'll get it over to Killorn, but he'll move it back out of the zone and we'll regroup here. Killorn over to Kucherov here. Back over for leaves it for Hedman. The Lightning come out of their own zone. Now working it over here, working it over the line is Paul. Paul in the corner now with it with Byram. Paul comes up with it though as he beats Byram to the corner. Here's Paul working it around, trying to be broken up. Now comes up with it again. Paul still with it. Paul with it now. Working over the blue line, being poked away there by Cale Makar though. What a defensive stand. Maroon tries to work it back in, but Byram will cut him off in the own Avalanche zone. Byram giving chase to it. Now it's a Makar. Makar trying to bring it up out of the Avalanche zone as they get rocked in the neutral zone by McDonough. Now the Lightning have it coming out of the zone here. Stamkos with it, clearing it into the Avalanche zone. Here's now Corey Perry with it. Corey Perry turns around, back out to now over to Perry here. Delayed penalty coming up here. Bellemare with it now. Get it back out here to McDonough. McDonough on the left side over by the blue line. Delayed car. Here is Perry again. Perry with it now. Almost in the shot with the slot. Knocked down. Rebound over by Killorn. Saved and touched up by Colorado. There'll be another 2-minute penalty here on the Avalanche. It's gonna be too many men on the ice here. 17-11 are the shots. 13:31 left to go in the first period. You're listening to Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals right here on the MHRT Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals here. Too many men on the ice. Now the Avalanche will be down. Two-minute minor now will be served as the puck is down. Now the Lightning come up with it. Now here's Hedman as it goes back over across the blue line and out of the zone. The Lightning will have to regroup here. Nichushkin giving chase to it in the own Lightning zone as Kucherov leaves it behind for Hedman. Here comes Hedman right up the neutral zone here, leaving it back for Palat there. Now over to Kucherov. Kucherov working it in the zone. Will be cut off by Nichushkin. Worked out of the zone. I'm sorry. Yeah, as Helm try to give chase to it, but it will ultimately give for the line change. Now the Lightning trying to work it out of the zone will do it here. Here's Palat. Palat with it now, trying to get it over the blue line. It'll be knocked away and pushed out of the zone by the Avalanche. Avalanche 1-for-1 on the PK so far tonight. Doing a great job here. They leave it behind here for Hedman as he gets to bring it out here. Here's Hedman. Gets it across for Point here. Now to Palat, working it along behind the net here. Point working it back to Kucherov. Now back out to Palat as it's being pinballed around. Lehkonen will come up with it and just slap shot it right out the zone out to the other end. Great kill by the Avalanche so far. 50 seconds left here on the penalty. Now here comes Kucherov with it, I believe. Giving it out to Killorn as he tries to work it in as he gets rocked at the blue line. Now the Avalanche trying to work it back out of the blue line, and it will come up to Sergachev. Back out now. Over to the line here back out to Sergachev. Sergachev right here on the blue line. Sergachev back to Killorn. Killorn back to Sergachev with a one-timer, but it whiffed on it. Johnson will knock it down and move it up out of the zone. Now back behind their own net. Here come the Lightning. Here's Sergachev with it again. Sergachev leaving it here behind for Colton. Colton now through the neutral zone over the blue line. Here's Colton trying to leave it back for Sergachev. He gets it back for Palat with a slap shot and it went wide. Now working it out around the net into the Lightning zone. Vasilevsky trying to give play to it. We'll get it all the way to Killorn in the neutral zone over the blue line, and it'll be whistled offside. John Cooper visibly not happy. Dreamweaver 10 says, here we go, boys. Gotta love the energy so far tonight. Absolutely. Thank you, Dreamweaver 10, for tuning in. 11:21 left here in the first period. Colorado 2 for 2 on the penalty kill so far tonight. Here we go now. Face-off coming to the red dot nearest to the Lightning bench. Puck down now, and I believe the Avalanche will come up with it. Here's Cale Makar in the neutral zone. We'll just slap it into the zone. Being worked around the boards, being cut off by the Lightning here. Now given out to McDonough as he tries to work it out of the zone. We'll get it on a breakout pass out here down to Point. Kicked over with a shot saved by Kemper out in front. 17-12 the shots. As Cirelli there with a shot. Avalanche playing lockdown defense inside of the slot by the net, not letting the Lightning have so much as a whiff of trying to get in on the slot to the inside of the net. 11:03 left here. 17-12 faceoff will come to the right faceoff circle by the Avalanche net. Landeskog and Point to do the faceoff duties here. Going too soon. Puck down now, and the Lightning have it. It'll go across over the blue line, though, and it'll make the Lightning regroup. They just try to dump it back into the Avalanche zone. Cut off by Taves here behind the net. Taves with it, trying to work it out of the zone. Taves holding still now. Here's Taves as he tries to work it along, and it will get it to a breakout pass neutral zone to Rantanen as he's being held up. And it will clear into the Lightning zone, but the Lightning will get it and cut it off here. Here's Paul now with it over to the neutral zone. Now over to Point. Point with it into the Avalanche zone. It's being cut off by Nathan McKinnon. Beating it over to the blue line here, and it'll be cut off back by the Lightning here. Now kept in by Johnson. Here's Johnson with the cross-ice pass, and it's broken up by Colton. Now here comes Stamkos with it into the neutral zone over the blue line. Here's Stamkos being poked away, being now moved out of the Avalanche zone. Johnson with it now works it up with Byram up along the boards. Now being cut off here by the Lightning. Now cut off by Nichushkin. Nichushkin in all by himself on the zone with a shot, and it's deflected wide off and out of play. Avalanche are playing out of their mind defensively. My goodness. Look, I know that defense does not look like that appealing, that sexy to the typical fan who just wants to see goal after goal scored. But man, defense wins championships. There's a reason why that saying is a saying, because it's very, very true. Defense wins championships. The Avalanche have been keeping the Lightning out of their zone consistently. Faceoff coming to the right faceoff circle near the Lightning net here. It's going to be Comfer, and it looks like Colton doing the faceoff puck down to Sorelli, excuse me, and the Lightning will have it. Here comes Killorn on the breakout now, trying to move it into the Avalanche zone. Be cut off by Helm here as he works it around the boards. Being kept in by Sorelli with a cross-ice pass, being broken up by Lehkonen. Now trying to keep it in onto the right side is now Sorelli behind the net, being worked by Jack Johnson. Johnson now with it over on Sorelli. Sorelli trying to get a turnaround and whip. Now being by Killorn with a turnaround shot, but it's deflected wide left of the net. Avalanche trying to come up with it, being tripped around to Sorelli. Here's Johnson now with it. Johnson now with it, working it around the boards, trying to get it still out of their zone, and will out to the neutral zone. Now picked up here by Nichushkin with a shot save. Rebound shot saved by Vasilevsky. Man, Nichushkin had a really good chance there. Had a really good chance as he created a breakout for himself in a breakaway situation. 9:22 left here in the first period. You're listening to Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals right here on the MHRT Networks. Back here, ladies and gentlemen, 9:22 left here in the first period. 3-1 Avalanche still, as this period has become more of a game of physicality and defense. Avalanche laying on the hits, being physical, keeping the Lightning out of their zone and just keeping the puck on their stick. That has been the goal. That is what's been going on. Here we go down, 9:22. Josh Manson, 5 total hits so far. Comfer now puck down, and the Lightning have it in their own zone here. Now trying to be worked out of the zone here, but being kept in by the Avalanche. Being shoved across is now Paul. Now the Avalanche trying to work it along the boards. Will be worked out of the zone, but being worked back in by Eric Johnson. Now with it, Vasilevsky with now McDonough behind the net here. McDonough trying to work it out of the net. Still working behind the net. Here's McDonough. Now we'll try to get it a breakout pass. It'll just go all the way down to the Avalanche end. Kemper will get it, trap it, and push it behind the net. Here now comes JT Comfer as he works it into the Lightning zone, being knocked down by Vasilevsky, pushed out to the left. Now trying to get rebounded by Rantanen, though, but Point will ultimately come back with it. Tries to push it up ice, but now Byram will retain it. Here's Byram now with it out of their own zone. Here comes Johnson working through the neutral zone over the blue line. Here's Johnson with a slap shot. Saved by Vasilevsky. 21-13 are the shots here. 22-13, excuse me. Unbelievable. It's very clear that Darcy Kemper is fully healed. Darcy Kemper is fully healed, ladies and gentlemen. He's been playing on a whole another level. It's been unbelievable. He's only seen 13 shots all game long. Now puck down now as Newhook tries to fight with it, and the Lightning try to knock it out of the zone, trying to be kept in as there's another hit laid on the Lightning here. Now Corey Perry with a given chase in the left side zone here. We're with the Avalanche. Johnson working it around a Newhook. It'll be ultimately come up by Bellemare. Bellemare with it, trying to work it over to the cross-ice pass, but it'll be broken up and being taken over by Ave Kubel as he works it along the boards. Being kept in by Bellemare, though. Now Maroon giving chase to it here over with Josh Manson. Manson getting it, trying to cut it off and working along the boards. Now with Ave Kubel. Kubel with it will get worked out here now to Alexander Newhook. Here's Newhook with it as he dumps it in to the zone along the boards here. Now behind the net here as Sturm gives chase to it along with Sergachev, but Sergachev will pick it up, try to give it out of the zone, being kept in, and now out into the neutral zone. Now Makar has it now. Makar with it, working it into Taves, now being worked into Landeskog, being worked along by McKinnon as he's bumped off the puck by Stamkos. Now Kucherov with it, but they're being met at the blue line. Now picked up by Makar. Makar with it. It's 3-on-3 through the blue line. Now cross-ice pass to Nichushkin. Wide open shot, save as it's blocked out in front by McDonough. McDonough gets it and shoves out of the zone. Here's Palat now with it over the blue line to Kucherov. Kucherov with the shot. Score. Sorry, I did not run the clock there. Yeah, 7:09. It's now 3-2 Avalanche. Not much you can do there. Avalanche had it pretty brilliantly covered on the defensive end. I mean, here working it over the blue line, it was 2-on-2. The interchange there, that was quite the dangle around Taves, and Lightning just beat the Avs to the net there. That's what happened. Palat beat Makar on the right side of Kemper there, and it allowed Palat just with the putback right through Kemper. 3-2 now. 22-14. Puck down now. The Avalanche have it. Try to work it into the zone here as O'Connor works it into the zone, be giving chase to it now as it's trying to be pushed out of the zone here by the Lightning. Comes up with it now is Cirelli here with the shot. It's blocked out in front. Now being worked out by Lehkonen now. O'Connor working it along as he flips it up into the air over the blue line into the Lightning zone. Lightning clear it up out of the zone. Now Hagel breaks away with the shot, and it's blocked out in front of the net. Now giving chase to it now in the corner is Cirelli as he works it back around to the right side of the boards. Now being worked here as Tampa Bay has it. Now Cirelli with it behind the net, comes out in front with a turnaround shot as it goes up into the air, comes back down. O'Connor trying to break it up here. Here's Hagel with it. Hagel with it out to the blue line now with the shot by Sergachev. Shot score. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, the Tampa Bay Lightning have tied this game up. Oh boy. 2 goals in 48 seconds by the Lightning, and they've tied it up. Well, it wasn't going to be easy, Avs fans. I mean, that was just simply a goal scorer's goal. Not much you could really do there. I mean, it just worked right through the zone. It worked right through the slot. Got to have puck down now. The Avalanche with it in their zone, trying to work it around. Here's Johnson trying to work it out of the zone. Now being cleared out. Now Rantanen with it. Now here's Manson with it over the blue line in the zone with a shot. Saved by Vasilevsky. It's all run it down to 6:05. 6:05 left here in the second period. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie hockey game. Broncos breakdown says it's top turning the puck over. This is not Avalanche play. Like I said, prevent defense as well as major. Well, I think they're minor mistakes. I don't think they're major mistakes necessarily, to be honest with you. It's just a couple of bang plays that could just happen. The Avalanche are going to have to kick up the tempo, though, for sure. Face off now here. The puck down. Confer has it now with a slap shot by Johnson being blocked out right in front, being turned away. Here come the Lightning now. Coming out now as it's flipped up and into the Avalanche zone. Here's now Manson now giving it back to Johnson. Johnson trying to clear it up around, and he does, into the neutral zone over the blue line. Now the Lightning trying to clear it up and around, and they will into the Avalanche zone. Here's Johnson now with it. Johnson with it to Manson. Manson trying to clear it out of the zone, being kept in as it's whistled offside. As Braden Point, Josh Manson getting into it as McDonough went down to the ice. We got a TV timeout, ladies and gentlemen. 5:37 left in the first period. We have a tie hockey game. It's game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals here on the MHRT Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 5:37 left. We have a tie hockey game here in the second period. Here we go. Now we're waiting for the puck to come down for the face-off here. 5:37 left. Face-off will come to the face-off dot nearest to the penalty boxes. And it looks like they're changing out a pane of glass here, as the ice crew is up on a ladder trying to fix it here. Waiting for the hold on the face-off until that gets resolved. $5:37 left here. Still waiting for that glass to be fixed. That's what happens when fans get too rowdy. They beat on the glass too much. All right, here we go now. Face-off ready to commence here. The red face-off dot nearest to the penalty boxes here. Bellemare and Sturm here with the face-off as a puck down. Avalanche win it now. They try to work it back along the boards out of their zone, being kept in by the Lightning. It'll be now the Lightning that will come up with as McDonough snaps into the zone here. Now working with it is Johnson and Abeku Bell here with it as they try to work it back behind the net over to the right side. New Hook giving chase to it again. Giving chase to it, works it back over to the left side. Now the Avalanche have it. Kubel works it up above. Now here comes Sturm over the blue line. Sturm with it all by itself with a shot, and it's pushed aside by Vasilevsky. Now the Lightning with it behind their own net here. Here they come working it out with a long pass to Maroon. Gives it out to Bellemare as he slaps it into the zone. Worked around the boards to the right side. Now work back over to the left. Now to Maroon. Maroon here with it as it's being broken up with Nathan MacKinnon. Here comes MacKinnon into the neutral zone over the blue line. Here's MacKinnon with it. Leaves it behind with a shot, and it's blocked out in front with another shot returned, but it went wide. MacKinnon working it back behind the boards for Landeskog. Back now over for Nichushkin. Working out to the blue line. Makar in with the tip in. Shot saved by Vasilevsky. Excuse me. Now worked out of the zone. Makar will go back, give chase to it. Here comes Makar working it over the blue line. Here's Nichushkin with it as he tries to come up with it. Lightning push it up out of the zone here. Now here, the Avalanche work it back into the zone. Nichushkin giving chase to it here, but the Lightning will cut it off behind the net, trying to work it out of the zone. being kept in there. Now Kucherov fighting for it with the Avalanche. Makar comes up with it. Cross-ice pass blocked. Now with the shot wide right of the net. Now Lightning working back out of their own zone and tipped up and out of play. 3:58 left. .358 here, ladies and gentlemen. Now it gets down to the nitty-gritty. Now you got to break away with this game. It was a good tip shot there by McKinnon there, trying to get it up over Vasilevsky as it didn't go as high as Nathan McKinnon wanted it to there. Face off to the left, face off circle in front of the Lightning net here. Or red face off dot near the Avalanche bench, excuse me. It'll be Nichushkin with Cirelli here for the face off. Puck down now, the Avalanche have it. Here now is Manson with it. Now we'll get it across ice to Byram. Byram as he'll snap it into the zone. Over to the right side, and now being cut off by the Lightning. Now come up Manson with it. We'll work it around back behind the net. It looks like here with Logan O'Connor. O'Connor with it now in the corner, trying to work it back for Manson. Poked it out in front for Helm. Now back out in front of the net. It'll be lifted up and out of the Lightning zone here. Here's Byram with it to Manson. Now trying to work it in the neutral zone. Being snapped to the Lehkonen. Works it over the blue line into the zone. Lehkonen giving chases. It's cut off by Vasilevsky there with the shot from Manson from the line. It went high and left outside of the net. Now here comes Cirelli here with it over the blue line. Cirelli with it with a shot. Saved by Kemper as the rebound is pushed out of the zone by the Avalanche. Now the Lightning give a chase with it. Here now Sergachev with it as he works it along the blue line here for Cirelli. Bogosian with a shot. Saved by Kemper. Now here comes Burakovsky with it. Now here's Compher with it with a breakaway. JT Compher with the shot as it's poked away by Vasilevsky. Compher with it as he comes back around with it. Being worked around now. Burakovsky with a shot. Oh, and it went wide. Here's Taves with it now. Over the blue line. Back over. Shot. One-timer by Burakovsky and it went wide again. Makar with it on the rebound. Back behind the net. Trying to get worked out in front. Here's now Compher with it now. Down over to Taves. Back to Makar on the blue line. Here's Makar walking it with the shot. Blocked out in front here. Now Burakovsky with it on the rebound. Burakovsky with it now still. Now cross blue line here to Makar. Here's Makar now with it now. Makar trying to be bumped off as it goes out of the blue line, forcing the Avalanche to come back with it. Now is whistled offside there as Cernak tried to get it over and got it over the blue line just a little bit too much. Whew. Vasilevsky with that poke check there on Compher on the breakaway. Man, that was crazy, crazy stuff. The Avalanche are still being aggressive, though. I think after that second goal in 48 seconds, I think Bednar was like, hey, wake up a little bit. 2:10 left here in the second period. Puck down now. The Lightning have it. McDonough will just dump it into the zone as it rattles around the boards here, being cut off by Jack Johnson. Now being worked around here. Here's Abe Kubel with it as he tries to work it out of the zone. Now it's Alexander Newhook. Over the blue line is Newhook. Now with the shot from the point by Sturm, and it's saved by Vasilevsky off his left pad side. Now here come the Lightning with it, working it out of the zone as they just dump it in with a line change. Johnson with it going back here over the left side as he cuts back over to the left side. Here's Johnson with it as he gets rocked by Pat Maroon in the corner. Here's Kubel with it now on the break route. Here with Alexander Newhook as he just dumps it in and rattles it around into the zone. Being cut off again by the Lightning. Has Bellemare over the blue line here. Here's Bellemare as he's met by Makar with a back check. Here now get it. Landeskog gets it behind the net. Coming out with it now. Leaving it behind for Makar. Here's Makar with it over the blue line. Cleared into the zone. Landeskog giving chase to it behind the net as he will crash into the boards going for it. Now being intercepted by Makar. Right there with the one-timer by McKinnon. Save and up into the air and back out of the zone by Vasilevsky. 1 minute left here in the second period. Here's Taves with it now. Taves with it. Now working it over to Makar. Makar here. Working it over to Landeskog. Landeskog over the blue line. It's being cut off by the Lightning, though, as the whistle there. And it'll be a high stick with a stoppage of play. 25-16 are the shots officially. So we looked forward to bringing Bronco Bill back in here for the second intermission coming up here in about 50 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. 3-3 here, packed ball arena, Denver, Colorado. That's where it's at. Face-off coming to the face-off dot nearest to the penalty boxes on the Avs blue line. Puck down now, and the Lightning have it here as they come up now. Here's Hedman giving chase to his Nichushkin as he cuts it off. Nichushkin rattles it back around to the boards out to the blue line, being kept in by Makar with a shot out in front, knocked down before it even gets to there to Vasilevsky and worked out of the zone. Makar giving chase into it behind their own net. We'll leave it behind now here for Bo Byram. Byram with it now, working it out to Makar. Makar over now to Landeskog. He'll dump it up into the zone, being battled around in front, and Vasilevsky will get it and cover it up. 19.2 seconds left. Well, we'll bring in Bronco Bill here now. Bronco Bill, how is it going, my friend?
I'm disappointed. Absolutely disappointed with this second period, but we'll get into that for sure. What's your thoughts, man?
Sorry about that, Bill.
That's okay. That's okay. I just try to cover for you. It's all good.
That's right. That's all good. I got it now. I can hear you now. Face off to the right face-off circle here. Puck down now, and the Lightning will come up with it. Cernak tries to work it out. Intercepted here at the blue line. Here's McKinnon in it with a shot that is turned away there. Now Killorn has it. We'll work it out here. Here's Killorn through the neutral zone over the blue line. We'll dump it in. Trying to give chase to it is there for the Lightning as they'll knock down, and that'll be the end of the second period. So now we have a tie hockey game. Oh, we got Rantanen and Killorn mixing it up a little bit after the period, but the referees will ultimately separate them. Let's bring out our scoreboard and bring in Bronco Bill. Now we have a tie hockey game, Bronco Bill.
Yeah, it's my fault. It's my fault, and I'm going to admit it, because what did I say right at the end of the first intermission? I said 2 goals is not that insurmountable. I'm sorry, guys. It's my fault.
No.
So,
no, it's not, because I guarantee you that's what John Cooper was telling his team in the locker room during the intermission. Guys, it's 2 goals. It's just 2 goals. You know, I've seen John Cooper tell his team that before. Did you get a chance to watch the Journey to the Stanley Cup documentary series on ESPN? Yeah,
yes,
there's a couple of times in that Florida series where he's like, guys, it's a goal. Yep. It's 1 goal. Let's go. Let's get this goal back and let's go. And
what frustrated me about this second period, I don't mean to cut you off, but
no, you're fine.
I'm frustrated. I am frustrated.
Yeah.
Because they, like I said, I hope they come out in the second period like they did in the first. They did that at first. You can't give up 2 goals in seconds. You can't do that. They had breakdown
48 seconds
after breakdown after breakdown. You can't do that against a Lightning team.
To be honest with you, Bill, I mean, it wasn't like really major mistakes like it was with the Jack Johnson
because
turnover.
They scored.
Well, but that's the thing is, like, even little small minor mistakes can lead to a goal with the Lightning team. They're that good. That's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't anything that was an egregious, miscommunication or misplay of defense by the Colorado Avalanche. It was just that one little slip. I mean, that second goal in the 48 seconds, I mean, that's a goal scorer's goal. You know, It comes through the lane of traffic and everything. Granted, it came off of a lack of the Avalanche, not hustling back on defense and getting bad line changes again. That is the one thing that they haven't gotten over this whole entire playoffs is getting the line changes down. It continues to bite them in the butt, a game in and game out, and it's just something they can't seem to shake right now.
And I don't know why. I mean, that is a very strategic part of the game. And
it's
then they had too many men on the ice. Come on, guys. This is Stanley Cup. How many games have you played all year? You shouldn't be making these, excuse me, from my analogy, little league plays.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be making them.
I would have liked to have thought with these, 8 days off that we've had, that, Jared Bednar would work on some of those things like that with the team in practices, because he knows that's been a thorn in their side. You would like to think so, but I don't know. There's only so much there's only so much the coach can do,
Well, I'm gonna use a painter's analogy. Not that I was a painter, but I worked in a school district that in maintenance had painters. You can cover a whole lot of mistakes with paint. I think in the first period, that's what they did. They came out and they played above the quote rest. Now the rest showed up in the second period. That's my opinion.
Yeah, it seems to be so. I mean, they still kept it pretty aggressive offensively, though. I feel like when they had the chances every now and again, they get up the ice in the zone and really start to put the pressure. There were a couple of instances there where it was pretty close to the Avalanche having a goal. There was, and had it not been for the poke check by Vasilevsky, and then McKinnon tried to get that deflection. He tried to lift it. He was trying to lift it up over Vasilevsky's shoulder, and it just didn't get high enough as he wanted it to. So those were the couple incidences I seen there that could have very well turned into the goals for the Avalanche.
But that tells me that Vasilevsky did something in the locker room or whatever and refocused. Because he played a heck of a lot better in that second period than he ever did in the first. He
did. And, I can't blame necessarily Darcy Kemper for the goals either. I can't. I just can't. Those are goal scorers' goals. The first one was, it was kind of, the switch up confused the defense. The Lightning just beat the Avalanche to the net. They worked them around and beat them to the net. It was that simple. The Avalanche need a back check all the way to the net. You kind of saw as the original switch up happened before the last cross ice pass was made ultimately for the goal. The defenders kind of slowed up.
Sure,
and they you can't do that. You got to go all the way to the net. And if that means you run into your own goalie, then so be it. They'll whistle the play dead, especially when the net comes off its moorings. And if you give up a goal that way, I would much rather give up a goal that way than, have it be because you stopped and then they just worked around you and dipsy doodled around you into the goal.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Yeah. This second period reminded me so much of their entire season. They get a lead, they get comfortable, they have their home fans, they relax. And I know that they had some really good hits on the boards. I know they took some, oh my gosh, Manson's hit. Oh, was that insane?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
Boy, that was some crazy stuff there.
And yes,
unbelievable.
So they're making hits. But the problem I have is it's been the same all year. They relax. I don't know what gets in this team. I don't know why. I have no answer, man. I have no answer. I hope in the third period they realize, you know what? We do that again, we're down 1-0.
Yeah, there's two areas here I'd like to point out here, Bill. The Avalanche are losing the face-off battle. They're only winning 44% of their face-offs, as the Lightning are winning 56%. The hits, believe it or not, the Lightning are out hitting the Avalanche 34-29.
That may be true, but Manson got the greatest one so far.
Yeah,
the best one so far.
But the biggest thing that's given the Avalanche the goals that it has is the takeaways. The Avalanche have 11. The Tampa Bay Lightning only have 3. But also a thorn in the Avalanche side as well is the giveaways. The Avalanche have 4 giveaways, and the Lightning only have 2. And you can't turn the puck over, not even one time, against this Lightning team.
That's what I mentioned earlier. You cannot turn the puck over. You can't give the Lightning. They don't have the speed the Avalanche have. They don't have the defense, man-to-man, line-to-line, depending on how Bednar lines it up. They don't have it match to match. It's pretty equal, yes. The goaltender, obviously, is Vasilevsky. What you can't do is when you're that even, you can't give the opponent that advantage to take against you. You can't allow that.
No, not
that's
even
what they've done.
Not even the slightest that the Avalanche want to win a Stanley Cup and they want to keep it that way.
Exactly.
Dreamweaver 10 says, love the speed O'Connor has brought with his minutes. We're definitely filling things out with Kadri being out. Yeah, I think we are. I think this is definitely what game 1 is, because these teams have only matched up twice previously in the season. So they really I don't think you can really say a team after playing them 2 times within the span of however many months it was. In the regular season, they were probably months apart, if not weeks. And this is definitely I think the Avalanche will have a win or lose. I think the Avalanche will have a better sense of strategy going into game 2 after this game.
I would follow that up by saying, playing 2 games in the regular season is all well and good, and the Avalanche swept it. This is 7 games. When you go head to head with your opponent, they know your tendencies, they know your strategies, and unless you change it up and you have the game of your life for 7 days, the most 7 days of your critical life in hockey, then it's all over. But I agree with O'Connor. Yes,
he's showing speed.
Tough.
Yeah.
He's shown speed. Absolutely.
Yeah, he's kind of taking that pressure off of McKinnon a little bit. Dreamweaver 10 says, "Do we see another Makar explosion this third period?" It seems to be that way. Makar has been pretty steady all game long. He really has. He's he's been a really good playmaker on both sides of the puck this whole entire game. He hasn't his play hasn't waned not one bit, even though he did give up the backdoor last cross ice pass for the goal. He really has been on it defensively. I loved how strong the defensive play was in the beginning of the second period. The Avalanche were really taking it to him and coming out and playing hard defense there, and it just seemed to kind of wane as we got to about the halfway point of the second period.
Which I've said many, many times bothers me. They go into that prevent defense. They can't do that. They have to have the killer mentality. And
you do.
I want to know, why isn't Nathan McKinnon taking more shots? He's inside the circles. He's at the circle. He's got an opportunity. He passes it across, which I know that's he wants to set up other players. If he's got a shot, take it. He's got a sniper shot. I don't understand why he's not.
Nathan McKinnon, 13 minutes, 51 seconds of ice time, only 4 shots.
That's my point.
And that entire almost 15 minutes of play.
Mm-hmm.
He does have an assist and he is a +1 tonight, but and for as much speed as Logan O'Connor's had, he's a -1. And then here's where it really hurts us in the depth part. Arturi Lehkonen and Darren Helm are -2. They're -2 on the ice, even though that Arturi Lehkonen does technically have a goal. But everybody on that first line except for Lehkonen is all in the positive.
All right. So entering the third period, if we come out and play like we did in the second half of the second period, this game's over. We have to come out saying we are at home. We need to take game 1. We need to make a statement. I just don't know in my heart if they can. I don't know why I feel that. I'm sorry I said that, but it's the truth. I want to see them. I put it this way. I want to see them want to win the Stanley Cup. That's what I want to see. And it starts right now in the third period.
Yeah, you got to play a full 20 minutes. You have to play a full 20 minutes. You can't play 15, you can't play 18 full minutes. It's got to be a full 20 minutes out of the Colorado Avalanche if they're going to have a chance to win this game. Period. They're going to have to. And honestly, I know Manson and Helm are kind of killing it on the hitting side, but I'd like to see them get more involved in the game. Just besides the hitting and physicality aspect of things. I don't feel like they've been involved on the offensive side of things as much as I would like to see them, or as they previously have had in previous series.
Is that the game plan that Bednar put in for tonight's game? It could very well be, but if that's the case, he's going to need to change it up, and I hope he change it up in the second intermission.
Yeah, I hope so, because the Lightning kind of look a little bit worn down from all the hitting. Mm-hmm. They weren't buzzing as fast as they were at the beginning of this game. There's a really big difference in energy with the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Well, that's what I'm hoping happens, and that's why I say the Avalanche have to come out and keep pounding. It's just like football. You gotta grind. You have to grind against the boards. You have to grind in the corners. You got to grind in front of the net. You have to take it to the other team. Otherwise, they're going to take it to you.
Who is Stanley, and why is everyone after his cup?
Because we love it, Madungus. That's why. It's huge. Never mind. Not going down that road.
Who's Stanley? That's great. Hey, man, it's the most prestigious prize in all of sports and all of team sports.
And it's
I would
harder,
like to argue.
and it's harder to get. No pun intended, Mundungus.
It takes all 4 letters of the word team to
Yep.
win this title. And looking here in the dressing room with the boys, and they're calm. They're calm. There's no sense of panic
I hope
in
they're
anybody.
not too calm.
Well, they're certainly not panicking, which is par for the course of what's been happening this entire playoffs for the Avalanche.
Yeah. There's one thing, there's one thing to be calm. There's one thing to me to be too relaxed. There's another thing to take something for granted. They haven't earned anything. They haven't earned anything since 2001.
Yeah.
Yes,
absolutely.
they've earned the right to be in the Stanley Cup Finals, but the Tampa Bay Lightning have earned the right to be back to back. That's why they say, you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. Go and take it from them.
Yeah, and if the Avalanche, God forbid, lose tonight, I don't want to hear one word about the refs. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear a single word about the refs. I got a couple of cups in my garage if anybody wants to compete for the Mundungus Cup.
Oh, that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. Welcome to MHRT.
Yeah, no kidding. It's awesome. It's great to be here. I love it. Absolutely. But yeah, the Avalanche got to play a full 20 minutes. It's got to be a full, complete effort here in this third period. They got to stay on the attack constantly, and they have to keep their heads up in the defensive zone. It seems like where the Lightning have been really hanging up the Avalanche is on the blue line. Mm-hmm. It starts from the penetration of the zone. It looks like it's a one break move by the Lightning, and they're all the way to the face-off circles in 2.5 strides, and they're threatening.
Our back check in the blue zone is at least in the second period. First period they were good.
Yeah, second period it's waned. It waned towards the end of it. Absolutely.
And I wonder if that has to do with the 8 days off, because they haven't had that game speed. I mean, it's one thing to have speed in practice, but to have game time speed, that's a whole other ballgame, man.
It is. And I think the Avalanche are starting to figure that out pretty quickly here. I really do. I really do.
So.
I hope so. And I hope they can make the proper adjustments.
Absolutely.
Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's Bronco Bill. I am Jeremy. We are going to take a short break. We'll be back with third period action right here on the MHRT Network. Back here, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for third period action here. Let's bring in our scoreboard here. We are tied all at 3 here. This is it. Mundungus Creevy has one more thing. So, okay, play serious thing. And now it's your turn, Jeremy. What is offsides in hockey? Offsides is very simple. It's when the puck reaches over the blue line before the players do, or it's when the player, reaches over the blue line before the puck does into the zone. Any player on either side, if they go over the blue line before the puck clears the zone, that is offsides. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Game 1, tie hockey game, 3-3, final period, final 20 minutes of Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Lightning ready, Avalanche ready, commencing at center ice for the face-off here. Here we go. Top line out here. McKinnon, Landeskog, Makar, Taves, and Nichushkin. All out here for the Avalanche. Pom-poms waving high with the puck down as Paul wins the draw here. Now Hedman will get it and just dump it into the Colorado zone, being rattled around the boards. Taves got it. Trying to be cut off here by Hedman again. Being worked out here. Now the Lightning have it. Paul works it out to the blue line. Get out to Killorn. Killorn with a shot in front. It is being tipped up above and knocked back down by Paul. Has on the left side of the boards. Being cut off by McKinnon. McKinnon trying to get it out of the zone and will do so. Now here comes Nichushkin with it over the blue line into the zone with a shot, glove, and save by Vasilevsky. 27-17 on the shots here. 19:31 left. Whew, that was a close tip by Colton, by Ross Colton, as it went way high up above Darcy Kemper's head as he was right out in front for the rebound. Faceoff will come to the left faceoff circle by the Avalanche, or by the Lightning net here. Right circle, excuse me. It's going to be Comfer, and I can't see, and Cirelli. Comfer Cirelli. Puck down now. The Lightning have it, as Hedman will get it and just flip it up and out of the zone. It'll go to the neutral zone. Byram will work it to Makar, now being worked into the Lightning zone by the Avalanche. Vasilevsky will cut it off behind the net. Vasilevsky with it. Works it around the right side of the board, trying to be caught in by Johnson as it goes past him into the Avalanche zone. Be whistled for an icing. The Avalanche trying to keep it here, trying to keep the pressure on. Thank you, every single one of you, for tuning in. We appreciate it here on the MHRT Network. If you like what you hear or see, please leave a like or subscribe. Helps us grow the channel. Costs you nothing. Landeskog with the face-off here. Avalanche have it as McKinnon tries to work it to the blue line. Taves will keep it in around the net here for Nichushkin. Here's Nichushkin on the left side. Works it back out to Taves. Back out to McKinnon with the shot in the center of the lane. Knocked down. Trying to get a rebound. There's Nichushkin, and it's poked away there by Hedman as he gets in, flips it up out of the zone into the neutral zone. Will be knocked down by Makar. Makar with it now. Out to Byram, or out to Taves here. Now out to Nichushkin as he go over the blue line, clears the zone. But it'll be knocked off the puck. Now kept in here by Makar with a shot from the blue line. It went wide left of the net. Now Taves trying to keep it in. It's being worked out of the zone, up and out of the zone by the Lightning. Here comes Makar now on the left side over the blue line into the zone. Here comes Gale Makar, leaving it behind for McKinnon. Cross-ice pass broken up, though, as Byram will get it as it goes back into the neutral zone. Here's Nichushkin with it over the blue line. Leaves it for McKinnon on the left side. Back for Byram. Now we'll shoot it. It'll go way wide of the wide right of the net. Now kept in with a shot by Helm as he works it around the boards here. By Lehkonen, excuse me. Now Byram had a chance of it. Cut off by Kucherov as the Lightning try to get it out. Now with Helm with a shot save by Vasilevsky. 29-17 the shots here. 18 minutes exactly even left in this period. Avalanche trying to keep on the offensive pressure, but they gotta set up more plays here. I'd like to see them set up more plays to get in and around the net. Comfer now with it, with Bellemare for the face-off. False face-off there. I think that he's going to kick out Comfer out of the face-off here. Cooper still not happy with his team. Here we go now with the face-off. Mikko Rantanen in there for now. And now the puck is down. The Lightning technically won the face-off, but Burakovsky will come across with it. Cross-ice pass to Byram with the shot. Out in front, deflected. Now back out to the blue line. Here's Byram with it, walking with it. With the hell, Manson with the shot, and it's saved by Vasilevsky. 29-17 shots. Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, game 2 Saturday night. Here we'll be back in Colorado for game number 2. Here we go, 17:45 left. Face off to the right, face off circle near the Tampa Bay net. Puck down and the Lightning have it. As now Point comes with it now. He gets it over into the neutral zone. Over the blue line, dumps it into the Avalanche zone. Being followed by Byram, though. Kemper will cut it off and rattle it around, being knocked down by Point. Behind the net, being worked around by Byram. Now to McCarr as he tries to work it out of the zone. Now Rantanen helping it as it's Paul. And got stick lifted by Rantanen, and it'll be worked out into the Lightning own zone. Lightning have it in their own zone now, holding it behind the blue line. Here for the Lightning. Still trying to work it out of their own zone, waiting for the play to be set up here as Hedman has it now, working it up to Point, will be moved along here by Paul. Paul into the zone as he gets met at the blue line, being cut off by McCarr. McCarr wrapping it around the boards to Lehkonen now. Lehkonen has it as he leaves it behind for Byram. Here comes Byram out of their own zone into the neutral zone. Byram over the blue line into the zone, but it's knocked away, being fought for it, and will be pushed out of the zone. Jack Johnson will have it. Almost stolen by Bellemare as he was tripped up and hit hard. Now O'Connor battling with it with Bellemare in the corner behind the Avalanche net. Worked around here for Johnson. Johnson coming out with it. Jack Johnson, that is. Worked along by Helm and cleared into the zone, but it'll be whistled for an icing. 16:30 officially. Left here in the third period. Still tied at 3. Pat Maroon unhappy on the bench. He's chirping somebody on the bench over there. Stamkos and Helm for the faceoff to the right faceoff circle nearest the Avalanche net. Puck down now, and the Lightning have it here. Now giving it out to Kucherov with a shot, and it's blocked in front by Palat. Now being worked out of the zone by the Avalanche, but retained by the Lightning with a shot. It went high and up out of play. Here we go. 16-18 left here. Face off to the right face off circle near the Avalanche net. It's going to be Stamkos and I believe Helm again for the face off again. 28-18. The shots here. Stamkos and Landeskog it'll be. Sorry. Puck down now, and the Lightning win the face-off, but being poked away by Nichushkin almost out of the zone, but the Lightning retain with a shot out in front. And it's deflected wide. Save here as the Avalanche working out of the zone. Here's the Nichushkin over the blue line in the zone by himself, but it'll be knocked away by McDonough. Bump off the puck. Here Palat now here over the blue line into the zone, being tripped up here. And Taves will come up as he bumps him off the puck. Now Taves with it now. Now it's McCarr. McCarr through the neutral zone over the blue line. Here he comes through the zone, but tripped up with a shot by Nichushkin, and it went wide left. Rattled around on the rebound and into the Avalanche zone. McKinnon giving chase to it now. Here's McKinnon now behind the net. 29-19 shots. Here comes McKinnon as he tries to bring it out. Leaves it for Byram. Here's Byram now with it. Coming through the neutral zone and being worked along the boards by Taves into the Lightning zone. Being cut off by the Lightning. Being knocked back down. In front of the net here is Burakovsky. Burakovsky with a shot in the slot. Rebound Coffer. And it went up and just out over Vasilevsky. Being kept into the zone by Burakovsky now. Being worked around and behind the net. Here's Burakovsky giving chase to it. And it'll be cut off here by Rutta. Trying to work it out here. Now knocked down. Kept in the zone, but it'll be possessed by Hagel there. And Rantanen will repossess it in the own Avalanche zone. Here's Byram now. Bringing it up the ice now. Giving it to Comfort. Comfort kicks it back out to Josh Manson. Working it along here to Lehkonen as he works it along over the blue line into the Lightning zone. Giving chase to it here is Sergachev and O'Connor here. Now working it back around to Paul as he's being hit immediately by Helm. And here's O'Connor behind the net. Works it out to the blue line to Johnson. Cross ice here to Johnson with a shot. And it went wide. Back out to Jack Johnson. Tries to work it out off the boards to Eric Johnson with the shot in front. Knockdown, rebound, save again by Vasilevsky. Behind the net, went out in front of the net with a shot, and it went up and high over. Braden Point now with the puck, possessing it now. Here's Point with it. Now through the neutral zone, over the blue line. Here's Point as he gets hit right in the face, and there's going to be a penalty. We're going to check to see if there's blood. It doesn't look like Point's bleeding. Doesn't look like he's bleeding at all. It'll be a 2-minute minor instead of a 5-minute major. High sticking is the call. Thank you, Brian Marquez, for the Facebook like. Nick Shellick. Randy, thank you guys all very much for the likes. We appreciate it. 14-12 as Logan O'Connor popped Braden Point right in the face as he entered in over the blue line into the Avalanche zone. 14-12 left here in the third period. Lightning are on the power play. Avalanche 2 for 2 on penalty kills here tonight. Down now, the Lightning come up with it. Here's Hedman with a slap shot by Kucherov. Saved there by Kemper as it's knocked out of the zone all the way down to the other end. Vasilevsky now to Hedman as he brings it up out of the net. Here's Hedman as he'll leave it behind here for Kucherov. Kucherov up the left side of the boards here through the neutral zone. Flying over the blue line. Leaves it back behind for Stamkos. Here comes Nichushkin as he steps up and cuts it off and dumps it back into the zone as it goes all the way down to the other end. Avalanche have been amazing on the penalty kill here tonight. Here comes now Hedman now as he leaves it back behind for Kucherov again. Kucherov this time for the right side. Now here's Palat entering the zone, being broken up, trying to be poked away. Hedman regains control of the puck out to Stamkos, back out to Hedman on the blue line with a one-timer by Kucherov as he whiffs and misses. Now puck out in front of the net. Makar comes up with it as he gets it and just dumps it out of the zone. Vasilevsky with the cross-ice pass over to the neutral zone, being knocked around here. Ultimately came up by Kucherov. Here is Stamkos with it all by himself with 4 Avalanche around him. Works it around, back around the net here to Kucherov. Kucherov over to Palat behind the net. Here's Perry back to Kucherov. Back out to Sergachev out on the blue line. Now tries to work it in and it's tipped and went wide. Perry fighting with it with Makar. Makar comes up with it. Tries to dump it out of the zone, but it'll be kept in by Sergachev. Now Kucherov with it being knocked away by Lehkonen and dumped out of the zone. Good penalty kill by the Avalanche. They have been amazing and stellar on that end tonight. Now working it up here is Kucherov. As he tries to work it, it's being poked away. Here comes JT Compher on a breakaway, but it got poked away from behind him. Vasilevsky working the puck now. Now behind the net, being chased to it is Valeri Nichushkin. Compher with it now, giving chase to it as the Lightning struggle to bring it up out of their zone off the boards. It's being intercepted here by Johnson, poked into the zone. Compher giving chase to it here with Paul as he works it back around. Penalty kill is over. We are at full strength. Avalanche 3 for 3 as the Lightning dump it into their zone. Kemper playing it over to the right side, being met here by Landeskog. Now out to, with a shot, it's blocked in, now with a turnaround shot by Colton, and it went wide of the net here. Rebound out in front, Avalanche and Lightning struggling with it. Here's Johnson with it and Bellemare. Struggling with it as they work it along and out of the Avalanche zone. Now here come the Lightning working it around as it's slapped into the zone. Working over to the left side. Now will be picked up here by Cirelli here. Cirelli now trying to work it out. Be worked out by Bellemare. Bellemare with a turnaround shot, but it went wide of the net. Back over to the right side. Landeskog just trying to work it out of the zone. Avalanche looking a little bit lethargic here. They need to really pick it up. Makar trying to get it out of the zone as he's knocked off the puck by Hagel. And Hagel, they go down to the ice here. Here comes Byram now through the neutral zone, trying to clear it, and he does. It's being cleared now. Vasilevsky giving play to it behind his own net. He'll work it out. It'll be cut off by Sturm. Sturm keeping it in. Rantanen giving chase to it behind the net here. Now the Lightning come up with it. They come up out of the zone to the neutral zone, being rocked. Now here's Jack Johnson with it behind their own net. Here's Taves. Taves trying to work it out into the neutral zone out of Rantanen. It's being cut off by Kucherov. It'll move behind the Lightning own net. Hedman trying to get it around. Now being kept in by Abe Kubel. Kubel with it, trying to work it around as the Lightning work it back around to the blue line, being kept in by Manson. It does go over the blue line, back over to the neutral zone. Now being possessed by Kucherov. Here's Kucherov here, trying to with a shot, but it's blocked high and up. Will bounce, rattle pinball off the boards. It'll be worked out by the Avalanche. Here comes Nico Sturm. Sturm with it through the neutral zone as he dumps it into the Lightning zone. Now Vasilevsky cuts it off behind the net. Give it out to Bellemare, and we'll work it out. The Lightning will work it out of the zone, and it's up and out of play. 10:07 left here. Third period of game one of the Stanley Cup Finals right here on the MHRT Network. Back here, ladies and gentlemen, game one of the Stanley Cup playoffs. We're tied at 3 in the last. We're halfway through the third period here. As we reach the final 10 minutes, Avatar says it would have only been a 4-minute, not a 5, if it was blood. I got it. Face-off coming here at center ice here. Arturi Lehkonen with it. And Cirelli. Puck down now, and the Lightning will come up with it here. Here now with it is Kemper will knock it down. Here's Byram with it behind the net. He comes out with it with Lehkonen. Here now being worked along by McKinnon into the zone. It'll be cut off by Vasilevsky, pushed over to the right side. Hedman there with it, but being bumped off the puck here. Now Helm with it, working it behind the net here. Now Helm knocks him down to the ice as the Lightning cleared up out of the zone. Now Manson with it, trying to work it behind the net. Now over to Byram. Here's Byram now as he's met immediately. Lightning trying to keep it in the zone here. Lehkonen fighting with it. It will work it up and out of the zone as it goes over the blue line into the Lightning zone. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting down to the bare bones here. O'Connor trying to cut it off. Now Hedman with it. Hedman out to Point. Point works it along the boards, almost into the Avalanche zone, but cut off by Makar. Makar with it, works it over to Taves. Taves with it along the line. Here comes McKinnon with it over the blue line. He's in the Lightning zone. McKinnon to the blue line with a shot, and it went wide left of the net. Now turnover by McKinnon here with it out front with a shot being bounced around and saved ultimately and covered up by Vasilevsky out in front. Landeskog got roughed up hard. 32-20 are the shots. Man. McKinnon really had a shot there. All in the slot, all by his own. It rattled around in Vasilevsky's gear. Ultimately, he came up with it. Unbelievable. This is the last thing the Avalanche needs, says Broncos Breakdown. It's so frustrating to finally get a chance, and the Avalanche just not have any type of a chance. Andrei Vasilevsky is that good, ladies and gentlemen. He's just that good. It's that simple. You're going to have to find different ways to score goals. This whole not passing it, one person penetrating and getting in front of the net with a shot is not going to work anymore for the Colorado Avalanche. Vasilevsky's kind of figured it out. He's kind of figured it out. So the Avalanche need to get creative here if they're going to win this game. They need to, as we always say, hashtag find a way. They need to find a way. This game 1 is pretty crucial. Let's see here. The winner of game 1 in any best of 7 series has an all-time record of 476 and 219, 68.5%. Game 1 winners this year are 9-5 at 64.3% of chances of winning the entire series. That's how important it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's how important that this game 1 is right here. It's pretty huge. It's pretty huge. I know the Lightning have went down 2-0 in the Eastern Conference Finals, but this is massive. 8:54 left here. Pom-poms waving. Ball Arena coming alive here. 8:54. Puck down now with a shot out in front of it. It's blocked away by the Lightning here. Killorn giving chase to it. Now Landeskog will grab it here. Landeskog swooping around through the neutral zone over the blue line. It is clear through the zone as the Lightning knock it back off out into the Avalanche zone. Taves giving chase to it now. We'll work it along through the neutral zone. Here comes Nichushkin with it to McKinnon. McKinnon over the blue line in the zone. Here's McKinnon. He'll look back over. McKinnon with it again out to the blue line. Now here's Makar with it. Makar with a shot on the inside, blocked off, turned away. Back out to the line. McKinnon with the shot. Broken up in the lane. Back out to McKinnon again. With it to Makar. Makar over to the center with the Nichushkin. A shot at it. Saved, turned away by Vasilevsky. Lightning will get it and just knock it up out of the zone. Kemper blocking it out in front. Great offensive rush there by the Avalanche. They need to keep that pressure on. Here come the Avalanche, working it out of the zone here. Here's Byram, working it along as Confer into the zone as it's clear. Vasilevsky trying to get it back out. Here's Confer again with it. Kicks it back out, and it's intercepted by Pat Maroon. Maroon with it over to the neutral zone, into the Avalanche zone as it clears here. Now giving chase to it in the corners. It's getting all kinds of physical in the left-hand side corner. Now Corey Perry will come with it up behind the net. Perry with it, trying to work it back out to the line, being cut off. And it's being cut off by Mikko Rantanen. Rantanen has it. He flips it up and out of the zone into the neutral zone. Now Hedman with it as Nichushkin gets tripped up here. It'll be cleared into the zone by the Lightning. Kemper cutting it off behind the net. He'll work it back along the boards the opposite way. Almost out of the zone. And it went out of the zone, so the Avalanche will get it. Now Devon Taves with it. Taves with it behind the net. Here he comes out. Here come the Avalanche on a rush. Giving a cross-ice pass here to Helm. Here's Helm with it into the zone as they're working around the boards. Being cut off, though, and being worked by O'Connor. Being worked out in front of the net. It's being cut off here by the Lightning. The Lightning will get it and push it out of their zone. Looking for Kucherov here. Kucherov, cross-ice pass over the blue line for Palat. Into the zone here. Palat's being cut off, though. Palat back out to the blue line here. To McDonough, over to Kucherov with a one-timer, and it went high and wide of the net. Now McDonough with it, keeping it in on the left side, being cut off by Arturi Lehkonen as he leaves it behind. Now being cut off by Helm here, out to Taves on a breakout pass. Here comes Makar through the neutral zone, over the blue line. Here's Makar again, and he's cut off and squeezed off on the left side. Now O'Connor with it, giving chase with it. Now Lehkonen trying to get behind it, being bounced around, trying to come up with it, and ultimately the Lightning will. Bogosian will, and he'll flip it back off into the Avalanche zone. It'll be whistled for an icing. 34-21 shots here. It'll be 6:10 officially left here in the third period. Both teams are pretty exhausted, man. They've been beating each other up. They have been beating each other up. It's insane. The hits now 38-37. Tampa Bay only leading by one hit. only leading by 1 hit. Faceoff will come to the left faceoff circle nearest to the Lightning net. It'll be Point and Landeskog. Puck down. Now the Lightning have it, work it around back behind the net. Now it'll be try to be cleared out and not kept in. Now Kucherov will get it and clear it into the Avalanche zone. Kemper cutting it off behind the net as Point comes in here now, and it'll be over to Rantanen. Rantanen working back behind his net. Coming out here is Johnson, Eric Johnson, that is. He'll flip it up and try to get into the zone. Boom, knocked down by Point. Being worked along here. Now the Avalanche trying to keep it in the zone. They do. Now big cross-ice pass with Byram with a slap shot. It's saved by Kucherov. McKinnon working it back around to the other side here. And it'll come up here by Paul. Paul with it over the blue line into the Avalanche zone. Being chased behind the net here. Byram trying to cut it off. Now Paul will try to come out with it again and does. Here's Paul with it. Paul with it over to the left side. Here he comes into the zone. Paul over by the net behind to Colton. Now out to with a shot from the blue line, and it's wide right. Here's Paul with it now again, swooping over to the left side. Lightning have all day with a shot here. It's cleared wide left. Being worked back out the zone, being kept in by Paul as he slaps it, but it's blocked off and out of the zone by the Avalanche. Here now, the Lightning have it behind the net. Hedman working it out of the zone up into the neutral zone, but being broken up by Manson. Back to Hedman now. He goes back behind his own net again. Here's Hedman now trying to work it out. Hedman with a cross-ice pass. It's broken up by Rantanen. As it goes back, Kemper cuts it off behind the net, working it around, trying to get it. Burakovsky comes up with it through the neutral zone. Here comes Josh Manson with it. Manson with the shot on, saved and pushed away by Vasilevsky. Now Killorn with it. Killorn trying to clear it out, but it'll be kept in by Helm. Avalanche trying to cut him off every way they can. Rudder with it now, works it along to Killorn. Killorn with it, trying to work it over the blue line, and they do. Bellemare, but it went offsides as they got too jumpy. Bellemare was over the line before the puck was, and that's offside. 4:09 left here in the final period of Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals right here on the MHRT Networks. Back here, ladies and gentlemen, 4:09 left here in the third period. Here we go now, coming back into the action. Face off now, puck down, and the Lightning have it here as Hedman will just get it, rip it right into the zone. Working around the boards, being cut off by Jack Johnson here. Moving along by Landeskog over to Sturm. Being cut off here by the Lightning here. Pat Maroon with it in. Now here comes Josh Manson as he works up and out of the zone. Here comes Sergachev now. He'll dump it into the Avalanche zone as he'll get a line change on the forward side. Manson now with it behind the net, trying to work it along. Now being cut off here. Here's Perry with it behind the net. Perry with it with a shot, and it's blocked off by Kemper. Now the Avalanche trying to work it back behind their own net and out of their own zone. It'll be ultimately worked out, but cut off here by the Lightning here. Now here's Manson, now to Jack Johnson. Here's Johnson through the neutral zone. Johnson will just dump it in and leave it as they'll get a line change here. 34-20 the shots. Hedman with it now as he just tries to cross-ice pass it. It gets blocked up and way high. The Avalanche zone. Taves will go back for it. Here's Taves with it, trying to bring it out. Gets cut off by the Lightning, and it'll be whistled offside again. McDonough, excuse me, that was McDonough. 3:03 left. Chat, how are we feeling? Who's winning it? I can't take this. Where's my defibrillator? Yeah, it's kind of weird right now. It's kind of weird right now. 3:03 left here. 3:03 left. Face off to the right face off dot. Puck down. And now the Avalanche struggling to come up with it here. And they will, as Nichushkin pushes along the boards, work back towards the Avalanche zone. Perry will clear it into the Avalanche zone, being wrapped around the boards. Point meeting him immediately, being smacked out here by the Avalanche. It's trying to be picked up by Nichushkin. It's stick knocked loose. It'll be kept in the zone by McKinnon, but ultimately batted back to the Lightning, trying to get it up out of their zone, and they'll just hold it behind the net here. Here now, Cernak. Cernak with it, holding it behind his net. Cernak trying to get it out. We'll try to work it along. As now Byram will pick it up. Back to Makar. He'll try to work it out of their own zone. It will be worked out into the neutral zone. Cut off by the Lightning, though. Dumped back into their own zone. Byram trying to clear it out. Now Comfort trying to work it along. They try to come up with it. It bounces around, but ultimately the Avalanche will come up with it in front of their own net. Rantanen trying to work it along. Comfort with the cross-ice pass. We'll get it and will be dumped in. And for a line change, final 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, it's getting tense. Navaruda with it. And it'll be come out by Hedman now, working it along here. Here's Belmar with it, entering the zone with a shot with Baruda. By Maroon, and it's pushed aside by Kemper there. Now with it behind the net, with a shot out in front of the net, it'll be came up with by Jack Johnson. Here's Johnson with a rush here. Helm with it through the blue line into the zone. Helm with the shot, pushed away by Vasilevsky, trying to push it back out to the net. O'Connor giving chase to it. It'll be cut off by Pat Maroon and dumped up and out of play. Are we going to get a penalty? We will. It will. We will go on the power play, ladies and gentlemen. Pat Maroon going to the box for a over-the-glass delay of game penalty, and it's a 2-minute minor. This is a huge break for the Colorado Avalanche right now. Huge. Excuse me. Let me get a drink of water here. The Avalanche will be on the power play for the rest of regulation. Clock's officially at 1:24. They're going to be on the power play, ladies and gentlemen. This is tense. Face-off coming to the left face-off circle near the Lightning net. Tonight, 1 for 2, 4 shots, 15 for 47 overall in the playoffs of the Colorado Avalanche on the power play. Landeskog with Perry for this face-off here. Puck down now. The Avalanche have it coming across, pushing out to the blue line. Here's Makar walking it. Makar with it now. Lost it a little bit, but Rantanen will retain. Here's Rantanen on the right side, working it behind the net for Landeskog. Landeskog coming out of the net, back to Rantanen, back to Landeskog. Here's Landeskog with it on the right corner here, working it back out to the blue line to Makar. Makar walks the blue line. Almost one-timer for McKinnon, and it went wide of the net. Landeskog trying to retain the puck as Makar was trying to give chase to it. Here's Makar with it. One-timer by McKinnon. Fakes it. Comes back towards the slot. Now back over to the left side. Here's McKinnon in with it. Diving in with a shot, and it's turned away. What a save here. Here's Makar with it. Over to Landeskog. Back over in front of the net shot, but it's broken up and pushed out of the zone. 40 seconds left here now. Avalanche will go back all the way to their zone. Here comes Makar with it. Makar leaving it behind for Nathan McKinnon. Here comes McKinnon through the neutral zone, over the blue line. McKinnon all by himself with a shot, and it went up high. Now trying to be cleared back out by the Lightning, but trying to be kept in, and it will. Here comes Killorn with it on a breakaway chance, but it's 1-on-2. Here's Killorn with it. Out to Hedman with a shot, and it's broken up in front of the net. Shot put back again, saved by Kemper. Oh, man, that scared me really bad. Here comes Rantanen out with it. Here comes Red. Come on, make a final push, boys. Here's Rantanen over the blue line, and it's broken up. Iranton giving chase to it behind the blue line with a shot out front of that. Shot again, and it's blocked off. And that's the end of regulation. Ladies and gentlemen, through 3 periods, it's the Avalanche 3, the Lightning 3, Bronco Bill.
Yes.
Good Lord, my friend.
Hold on.
Woo.
Please let me take a deep breath.
I gotta say, first off,
Okay.
that shorthanded chance scared me so bad.
You think?
When Killorn was on the breakaway, I started to almost poop myself when that happened. It was bad.
You know what, Jeremy? I'm gonna tell you one thing. We both knew going into the Stanley Cup Finals, it wasn't gonna be a cakewalk.
No,
we knew it was gonna be a shootout. We knew it was gonna be intense, but I don't think either one of us or anybody out there watching thought it would be this intense, especially with the 8 days off that the Avalanche had. The way Tampa Bay came out in the first period was lackadaisical, just thinking, okay, all we have to do is show up. We're the 2-time defending champions. We got this done. And all of a sudden they went, uh-oh, we're down 2-0. This is turning into what everybody wanted. Everybody wanted this. David and Goliath. It's David and Goliath.
Yeah.
It really is.
You know, I'm shocked that the Lightning look exhausted. They look so exhausted. Both teams do, to be quite honest. Both teams do.
A lot of that has to do with the speed, the hitting. I mean,
the hitting is taking a lot of both teams. The hitting is taking a lot.
Slammed in the boards, and your body crunches like this, and then whips back, and then you got to get your presence about yourself to grab your stick and grab your wits about you and get back in the game. That takes a toll, and this has happened not 1 period or 2 or 3. This has happened all 3, and we're tied. Overtime is 1 goal wins it. That is scary because anything can happen.
The Avalanche are still on the power play for 34 seconds.
True.
So we still have that. That's a huge advantage to start off the overtime period with now.
Right.
So that's really, really huge. In 14 games this postseason, the home OT record is 6-7. The Lightning OT record is 1-0. The Avalanche are 3-1. And there's only been 1 multi-overtime game in this entire playoffs.
Okay. Well, that given, again, it speaks volumes about how even these teams are. These teams are really, really super even. I mean, if you went to Vegas and said, I'll flip heads or tails and I'll take this team, I mean, it's a 50-50 chance. And that's what it is. And that's where it is now because we're 3-3.
Yeah. So a total, Bill, there's between both teams, 83 hits between both teams total.
Mm-hmm. Who has the most?
The Avalanche do. They're leading 43-40 right now.
Okay. So there's 83 hits. What does that tell you?
It's physical.
This is a heavyweight fight.
Yeah, it's physical.
This is basically David being the Avalanche going up against Goliath. It's okay. We know you've won 2 Stanley Cup championships back to back. You're not doing that with us because we're going to go with you toe to toe. And you know what? What's the guy's name? The kid just came back for Tampa Bay.
Oh, Braden Point.
Point hasn't been
effective.
Point.
No,
he hasn't been effective at all.
That's why you said you were like, oh man, he's coming back, man. That's a huge advantage for him. I said he's coming off an injury. The Lightning have only had 3 days of rest. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Mundungus chimes in and says, no offense to Kemper, but I feel like we should have started Francos. I agree with that. At the very beginning of the show, I mentioned that.
Kemper's made some huge saves.
Exactly.
Huge saves that I'm not so sure Franco's could have made.
Exactly. I would have to agree. And not only that, but I don't know if Francos could have held up to that onslaught late in the second and in the third period as well.
Because as much as it's been physical all the way around in this game, it's gotten really physical in front of the net.
Oh,
like extremely physical in front of the net.
I agree.
And man, shout out to the defense of really both teams, man. They are just hardcore.
Don't give no props to them.
I'm sorry, man, but like both teams are just gutting it out here. Just gutting it out.
Well, isn't that what you want to
crazy.
see in the Stanley Cup?
Oh, yeah.
Don't you want to see a dog on dog, a heavyweight fight? I mean, to me, that is what makes it. It comes down to Game 7, if it does. I'm just saying, throw it out there. Just like in 2001, weren't all of us on the edge of our seat? At least I know I was. Ray Bork, Joe Sakic, Peter Forsberg watching, Patrick Walnut. I mean, come on.
I'll tell you.
This is the same team.
I'll tell you, Bill, heading into Game 7, myself attending it, I was nervous because the Avalanche had a chance to win the Cup in New Jersey up 3-2 in Game 6. They failed to put it away, and New Jersey won Game 6. It was headed back to Denver for Game 7. And everybody, as loud as then called Pepsi Center was, everybody was nervous.
Of course. I'm nervous right now going into overtime.
Yeah, it was very, very, very nerve-wracking in that whole entire arena that night. Mundungus chimes in too. I think Francouz has played really well. He has. I just don't think well enough to be the number one. Ted D says Colorado Avalanche Hearts. Thank you very much, Ted D. Let's see, Ted D. Alex Tanguay, absolutely. Yep, that's who scored the final goal. Yep, was Alex Tanguay.
As far as what Mundungus said, yeah, I do agree. Francouz has played extremely well in the playoffs. And before I was on air with Jeremy here, I said that I wanted Francouz to start because of what he has done in the playoffs. But if you have a number one, okay, let me equate this to the NFL. If Wilson goes down and is injured and we have our backup coming in and he plays great and Wilson comes back 100%, do we keep Wilson on the bench? No.
I mean, all you got to do is go back to 2015 when Osweiler, technically, I think he only lost one game in his fill-in for Manning. And everybody was like, leave Osweiler in. Why? You have Peyton Manning on your team.
Right.
Why do that? If Pavel Francouz was your number one goalie, then why did you go get Darcy Kemper? Why did you go in the offseason and make a move for him?
Because Kemper's better.
Yeah, because Kemper's your number one. So you stick with your number one.
I know.
Kemper has played out of his mind tonight, despite letting 3 goals by. Hey, guess what? Vasilevsky's let 3 goals by as well. And he is head and shoulders a better goaltender than Kemper.
And through the 5th hole for the first time all playoffs.
Exactly. Dreamweaver 10 says, OT, I got the big moose with the winner. That'd be Mikko Rantanen. So
I don't care. I don't care. As long as they're wearing this jersey, I don't care. I just want an Avalanche win.
I do too. I don't know. I can't even predict this one. Usually like these past playoff series, every time I win an OT is like, oh, I got this guy. Oh, I got this guy. But honestly, the play is so evened out across the field. Literally anybody can come up with the play off a turnover, off a bounce, off a rebound, and could just be put in front of the net and put in. Like I don't even have a clear-cut person who I think is going to score the game winner on either side.
What I would hate would be a sloppy, just ugly goal. I don't want to see that. I want to see a clear-cut win. I don't want to see a scrambling in front of the net. Well, unless the Avalanche do it, of course, but you know what I'm saying. I want to see a good, solid shot from the point or a shot from the point and deflection in, a good hockey play. But if the Avalanche get a cheap goal, hey, I'm all for it.
It's going to be interesting to see how it really, really plays out here. It really is. Wow. I completely agree. Mundungus chimes in again. I completely agree that Kemper is better, but I'm also a strong believer in going with the hot hand, and I feel like Francouz has a hot. Yes and no.
That's what I thought.
Anybody who to everybody that keeps saying that Francouz had the hot hand, look at his play towards the end of Game 4 in Edmonton.
It wasn't good. You're right.
It wasn't good. It was starting to wane pretty
Mhm.
badly. It really was. And the Avalanche defense had to bail him out numerous amounts of times in those final couple of the 5 to 6 minutes of that game.
Okay, so does that mean that even though the Avalanche won that game, that Francouz couldn't take that type of energy and that type of drive?
Well, we had to go to
into Stanley Cup?
overtime to win it.
But
we had to go
did,
to overtime to win
right?
it.
Well,
That's
we're
what
going
I'm
to
saying.
overtime tonight.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
well, yeah, because
it's the
but
same thing.
the difference is that the Colorado Avalanche were head and shoulders the better team over Edmonton, especially with the way that game started.
Okay.
You should have beat them in regulation.
Okay, I'll give you that.
But and you know what? On the opposite side too, because I'm tired of hearing Oilers fans complain about this. You have a 2-goal lead 2 times in a game, and you can't close it out. You deserve to lose that game.
Okay, so we're going to overtime like we did against Edmonton. Okay, I mean, obviously not the same team, obviously. So we're going to overtime. This is Stanley Cup. That was the Western Conference Finals.
Right.
Avalanche lose this game tonight. That sends a bad message. We win this thing, which I greatly feel we will. That also puts Tampa Bay on the heels. But this is a 7-game series. It's not won in one game.
It's a war, not a battle.
Exactly.
It is. It's definitely that. Well, that being said, Mr. Bronco Bill, we're going to let you scoot on out here. I'm going to take a brief break, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, we will have overtime hockey here on the MHRT Network. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back in. For the 14th time this postseason, we have overtime hockey. Game 1 is on the line here at the Stanley Cup. Getting ready here to start the overtime period. It's very simple, 5-on-5 for 20 minutes. However long it takes, first one scores wins. Very, very simplistic here in overtime playoff hockey. Unlike regular season to where it goes to 3-on-3, for 5 minutes and then a shootout thereafter if it's still tied. Avalanche have to gut it out. They got to dig down deep to get this game and to get really any win against the Lightning. But this would be huge to take game one in front of your home crowd here in front of Ball Arena. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, nothing beats overtime hockey in the playoffs. I'll tell you that much. Nothing beats playoff hockey in general. Let's bring up our scoreboard. Teams at center ice getting ready. This season, the Avalanche are 3-1 in the post in play and overtime. The Lightning are, I believe, 1-0. 34 seconds still left on the power play as we start the OT period. Pom-poms waving high. Ball Arena is loud. Cale Makar staring deep into the ice. Landeskog and Paul for the faceoff. Puck down. Avalanche have it. Here's Makar with it. He'll walk it back into his own zone here. Makar with it, trying to lead on a rush. He'll work it through here to Landeskog through the zone here. Back out to the point of Makar. Makar over the blue line with a one-timer. Slap shot broken up in the lane. Kicked out of the zone by the Lightning. Makar will go back and give chase to it here. Here come now the Avalanche with one last little gasp of air. Here comes Makar over the blue line. Makar in the zone all by himself. Going around the net. Back out to the faceoff circle to McKinnon. McKinnon with it all by himself with a pass cross ice to Taves. Back to McKinnon. The power play expires with a shot as it's broken up. The Lightning come up with it as Maroon gets it, and now out to Taves. Taves walking it back to his own zone as he passes it center ice. Landeskog works it all the way into the Lightning zone, wraps around and back out of the Lightning zone. Into the neutral zone now. Taves picks it up here, being battled with Maroon. Maroon out in front of the net, and it'll come up with Burakovsky. Burakovsky with it, working it back behind the net over into the Avalanche zone. Hedman with a shot, saved by Kemper, knocked down, rebound, and it's knocked off to the side. Another rebound shot by Kucherov, and that's blocked out in front too. Now here comes Val Nichushkin up over the neutral zone into the blue line. And being knocked away here. Lightning keep it in. Here's Comfer with it. Comfer with the shot. Blocked away. Rebound with a shot. Score! Mikko Rantanen. The Moose is loose. In overtime, the Colorado Avalanche take game one of the Stanley Cup Finals. My good Lord. And it all took just one play. Just one play, ladies and gentlemen. Me and Bill were talking about it. One play. Avalanche take it 4-3 the final. Chat, give me some, I don't know, give me some diamonds for that, chat. Give me some diamonds for it. The Avalanche win in overtime. Give me some diamonds for it. Give me some flames. Give me some hearts. Give me something. The Avalanche go up 1-0 in the Stanley Cup Finals. What a win. Let's bring it out. Let's bring Bronco Bill in here.
Oh, my gosh.
Woo!
Let me catch my breath. If I don't have a voice, my voice is gone. I just yelled my head off. And my
Who
wife
was it
goes,
that called Mikko Rantanen? Who said that? Who said that? Was it Dreamweaver? Yes, it was. Shout out to you, Dreamweaver 10. He called it. Mikko Rantanen with the win.
Oh, my God.
Unbelievable. That was such a beautiful goal. Comfort gets it with a shot. It was blocked. The Chushkin gets it cross ice to, no, it was Burakovsky. Excuse me. It wasn't Rantanen. Excuse me. It was Burakovsky.
Yeah, well, Rantanen had a hand in it. Let's put it that way. How about that?
Well, yeah. Well, Comfort got it. Chushkin gets it cross. What a game, by the way, Valeri Nichushkin had.
Wow.
What a game. On both sides of the puck, Valeri Nichushkin was amazing. I would give the game puck to Valeri Nichushkin.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I know he wasn't like crucial as far as like goals and all the shiny stuff goes, but he did all the little things that mattered for the Avalanche.
Jeremy, before that goal, Tampa Bay had chance after chance, And
Yeah.
the defense of the Avalanche stopped it, and they kept the puck in their zone, and they peppered. And then when the Avalanche had the opportunity and came out, oh my gosh, I'm at a loss of words. I am shocked.
That was a gritty win, my friend. That was a gritty win. But hey, nonetheless, the Avalanche pull it out in overtime. Andre Burakovsky. I feel stupid because I called it as Mikko Rantanen, and it was. All I could see was a 9. I couldn't see whether it was 5 or 6.
Hey,
I couldn't see whether it was 5 or 6. I just saw a 9.
It doesn't matter. You could have said Joe Sakic, and it would have been okay. Because it was electric, man. It was electric. But what did you say? What did you say at one point during your broadcast when there was a pause? You said whoever wins game 1 is how many?
I think it was 68.4%.
There you go.
The game 1 winners go on to win the entire series. It's not as crucial as game 3 is. Game 3 is the really crucial game in a series.
Well, what if you're up 2-0? It's still crucial, but not as crucial.
Game 3,
1-1, yes.
No matter what side you sit on in the series, game 3 is the hardest statistical game to win. It is the hardest to win by far. That's a real turning point of a series is game 3.
True. Game 2, Saturday night, right? Am I right, or is it Friday?
Yes. No, it's Saturday. It's Saturday.
So they're giving them 2 days off in between.
Yep.
Okay. Saturday, Ball Arena, electric. Guys, show up out there.
Yeah.
Give the Avalanche the momentum they need going into. I don't know if they need any momentum. These guys are playing with passion. They're playing with heart. They're playing with passion. But the most important thing in my mind, they're believing in Jared Bednar and his gaming scheme.
Yeah.
That's what I saw tonight.
Well, and like we were talking about, Bill, before we went into the overtime period, I said all it takes is one play, one turnover, one bounce, one something. And it was kind of just a combination of all what I said. It was a turnover followed by a rebound to a cross-ice pass and a score by Burakovsky. You know, that's what I was talking about earlier. And man, did it ever pay off for the Colorado Avalanches. They take game 1 here tonight. Such a big win too. It's a big spirited win because you push your team all the way to the brink of overtime.
Absolutely.
Where there's a total of 83 hits through regulation. Both teams are just beaten to hell, and they come into overtime and getting over that final hump in the overtime period when it's been so physical all game long. That's huge. That's huge for a spirit.
Well, let's not forget the Avalanche took a 2-0 lead and lost it.
Yeah, and lost it. Yeah,
and
lost it.
And then it was 3-3, and they go to overtime.
Yeah.
So this team had adversity throughout the entire game, and yet when they came down to crunch time, they found a way. And that's what the motto of the Avalanche has always been this entire playoff. Find a way. And they did tonight.
Yep, they sure did. Well, Bronco Bill, it's been amazing. I love doing this. I love doing this, man. This is so much fun. I mean, obviously I'm saying that because the Avs won, but man, it's just nothing beats playoff hockey, man. It just doesn't.
Thanks for the opportunity. I am gassed with lung capacity because I yelled my head off, and my wife heard me clear on the other side of the house and said, "Oh, I guess they won." I said, "You think?" So it was emotional, fun. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of the intermission and the post game. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. We'll see you guys again Saturday night. Thank you so much for watching here. It's the Stanley Cup Finals live here on MHRT Network. Please join us Saturday night, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you guys so much. We say